Kips Clip.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the InfoWars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the double-speak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Kips Clips.
Alrighty, YouTube's another one of Kips Clips. I'm getting a bit smoother at that. Anywho, welcome one and all to tonight's Not the InfoWars Nightly News, the original alternative look at the so-called alternative media, skeptical about the guys in spectacles and the skeptics, and I put myself off my thing, mate, and watch the motherfucking Watchmen, because somebody's got to do it. Anywho, welcome one and all, thank you for joining. Remember, share because you care, share it with your friends and your family and your foes that rely on you guys and girls at home to help the channel and the show grow. Because I've been I'm getting suppressed with the Illuminati deep state. You just don't get the same cross-pollination as you did back in the old days of the YouTubes when you talk about certain topics. Because idiots have turned up and used it as a platform to radicalise people in all forms of retardedness. Anywho, welcome one and all. Hopefully yous are well. So tonight it'll be UK's hidden far right behind Tommy Robinson exposed. So a lot of people think Tommy Robinson's the figurehead, but I think it's becoming more and more apparent to me. He's just kind of like, let's use it in the analogy of a sales floor. All the alt-right pieces of shite talking heads are out there on a sales floor. Sargon of Akkad's done good. Count Spunkula done good. He was about fucking 300 fucking goodgeons in the red. Or in the black, in the red. What's in the red? And the good one. To the good. My accountancy days are behind me. And a few of them are all doing well. Tommy Robinson's been the uber one to look up upon, isn't he? And he's the one that kinda Jim Dawson, I don't know, Jim Dawson and the ilk use around the chessboard. Going tour him around Czech Republic as a wee stunt and mobilising the troops over there, so on and so forth. Which is very ironic for nationalist movements, but don't let that spoil the party. Because when they're having their party, they're not talking about wanting to do what's right for their country. They know what they're talking about. And that's why they can sing in harmony from different countries and different... That's why they can pretend to be nationalists and sing in unison from while flying different national flags. Anyway, in the evening one and also tonight we'll be trying to look at some of the players behind Tommy Robinson as well as a variety of other things. Remember, what I do here is digital busking. If you get everything's available and accessible free of charge. I hope to do such a good job. People at home will find value in what I do and consider using your spare change, not your life savings, in the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And a mega thanks to everybody that does. Now, a quick look at what's on tonight's show, and then I will have a wee look at the chat room, and then we're good to go. So, a blast from the past. I've recently been tidying up my channels and all that, and just going back and deleting all the... Anyway, so I've been going through... It's amazing the stuff... Well, it's not so much amazing when you put so much crap up, but... Seen some wee beauties from the past that I thought I would just touch upon. So a wee blast from the past. I Smell Shite. This is a channel called Scrawny to Brawny. This is a guy who had no luck, man. He gets sacked for his job, attacked in his job, knifed, his YouTube account attacked, all his videos took down apart from a couple, but don't worry, he then managed to get it back somehow, some way, without it then no longer being hacked, and now he's back getting all his stuff monetized again. And it's nothing to do with the adpocalypse, and it coincidentally happening the same time when YouTube was going around, I got hit with this, and just demonetizing whole channels and saying duplicate content. That was their capture all. But it was basically like because you were a Russian robot, pretty much. Anyway, Lizard Man family cult. I mean, he's like the Von Trump's a fucking conspirators, man. This fucking Lizard Man, I never knew this shit. He's got the whole fucking band singing round the campfire. So look at the Ike clan. AMTV Bitcoin. Used to touch on this guy all the time, but he's sad and pathetic now. He's just he drives it. He's all fur coat and no knickers. He drives around in fancy cars and cool suits. It tries to make himself look cool and suave and shit. And fuck, I'm going to get a fit bop at some point. And he's just trying to sell you Bitcoin. At one point he was selling you Illuminati. It's like, see when you watch these people over a period and they're just on the trend. One year it's Illuminati, next year it's Trump, now it's Bitcoin. So whatever they can make $1 from, like him and Mark Dice are good examples. V Double Cheek. This is this wee creature from fucking Romania that's in the alt-right. I mean, honestly, man, I swear to God, it looks like somebody. It looks like a character out of fucking Batman that's had a face transplant. Not that I should detract from his Nazi messaging. Coming for you. I always love a wee Romanian that tells me what's happening in UK politics. And I know I tickle some bumholes by calling him a little jippo. No offence to the real jippos. He's not a real jippo. So calling him a jippo's okay, is that alright? Anyway, alt-right cult dying. Oh my lordy, man. I was seriously going to fucking Mike Rivero got... Right, you can only speculate, right? But he says he was no well. He was out his tits on something. Medication, maybe, right? Medication, right? And I've listened to him fucking far too much over the years. I was ball deep with that cunt. And he likes a wee bit of whiskey. And in this podcast, in this show and all that, he's talking about fucking smoking weed and the whole shebang. He's like, oh, I'm just depressed. All this time, the apocalypse is kicked in, man. Times are hard, you know. He's out there begging. Like, the weird thing is, right, he's got a YouTube channel, so he can fucking basically just beg, he can get donations directly, but he still begs for the radio station. Like, he's on a wage. He must be on a wage or a retainer, or I don't know how it works. But anyway, I'm not joking. Wait till you see Mike Rivero. Stay tuned for that one. WWF AJ. And that's just going to share a video. This is Alex Jones' 3-hour Joe Rogan podcast. No, sorry. 3-hour deposition on the Sandy Hook thing. So what he says in to court in his legal case. And he's Pepsi Max Egan. Time to talk about the silencing of Max Egan. He's getting silenced apparently. I mean, don't go to his YouTube channel and listen to his shit that he's put up quite recently, because apparently he's getting silenced. Because the governments of the world are clamping down on fucking lunatics capitalising on tragedies and mass shootings for political gain. They sell you a book, they sell you a conspiracy, they sell you the New World Order, they sell you some shite. Anyway, 5G psychosis goes on. And again, this is all about Huawei. I mean, what happened? Oh, God. I might, at the time, I'll do it. I'll put in UK and Huawei, right? And we'll see what comes up. Con artist, taxi driver. This guy just turns on the camera and starts laughing, spunking in his pants, fucking licking Corbyn's belly end, man. That's all he's doing nowadays. The Assange cult. So something's going on with Assange. I talked about this the other day, man. Is it a wee bluff, you know? Is it creating a storm in a teacup? Is it getting you to look there and fucking sell you some more shit? Is this rumour about Ecuador kicking him out real or not? The Brits weren't sure. They sent round fucking response units, but anyway. And then the tragedy that continues to unfold, the Brian Harvey psychosis and the people that keep feeding it, man. Like, that definition that Einstein said about sanity, but apparently it wasn't Einstein, it was one of his assistants, but the semantics, right? That's saying about doing the same thing repetitively and expecting a different outcome. It's hard to watch. I've never seen this unfold in front of my eyes before, and surely his mum and sister are watching this. They're not fucking going to get the guy some help, man. They're not going to sort him out. You think they would try? If there's ever been an argument for somebody to step away for their own good from social media, man, do you know what I mean? For a while, to calm yourself down out of the manic thought patterns that are going round, and it's just this whole. Anyway, we'll touch on that. A few other possible examples of YouTube psychosis. Brexit psychosis and meltdowns. Oh my lord, do you know what? Thank fuck I'm no longer emotionally attached to all this shit, man. There would have been a point where my panties would have been getting in a bunch about all this crap. No longer, man, no longer. The UKIP, massive. Deary me, they keep marching on. Sargon and Dankula. It's been confirmed it's Count Spunkula is hold on, I'm going to get the football up. Don't want to miss any good stuff. It's been confirmed that Count Spunkula is running for the European elections as a UKIP member, or up here in Scotland or some shit. Right, I don't know the semantics or how to break it down yet. Tonight isn't that? Hold on, I want to see if I can get the Tottenham. Just in my crystal ball, you know. Right, that link's not working. Tottenham Man City game, it's worth at least watching the wee few goals if they pop up. If I can get it. Let me see. So we're touching on the UKIP massive. We've got some beautiful stuff, man. Stay tuned for this. Far right Templar report. Right, this is McVie, as I've coined, as I've abbreviated his name to, and he's done a wee bit of playing around with Nick Griffin's voice on the old Templar report hoodie dude. I'm trying to look over here at the same time, and some interesting results. Like, what the fuck, man? It's getting harder and harder to see your crystal ball and watch your football nowadays. Anywho, I'll leave it for another time. So we'll be looking at a couple of revelations of far right Templar report. The hidden far right, all the people who are out there calling themselves X, Y, and Z, everything from sundry, activists, politicians, bloggers, vloggers, fucking priests, Merlins, fucking warlocks, goblins, fucking the whole shebang. We'll be looking at some of the and ultimately for some reason that in the wash it brings you back to nudging you ever so slightly over to the right of politics. It's crazy. It's almost as if like somebody's went out and created a windy licking army for every demographic out there, me included. And the reason Tommy Robinson resonates with me so much is that he would be the one that would be created to resonate with my kind of demographic, but it didn't. So Tommy Robinson ban psychosis, and again it's just people losing track of reality, man. Well, I don't know. You could argue some people losing fucking grip of reality, and Tommy Robinson's windy like an army, and just some of the examples of the behaviours that Tommy Robinson and his cult is stirred up. So that's what's on tonight's show. So remember, share, because you care. So thanks for joining, one and all. I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat room. And then I'll get on with it. Lanark, Andy, Apple, Charlotte, how yous doing, guys and girls? Punk on whiskey in the evening, all. Thanks for joining. Josie in the evening. There's Graham and Andy. Thanks for joining, guys. Another Andy and Stewie. And Lanark, Brian, Eric, Stewie, Andy and Andy. Just to keep things simple for me. And Blazing Stars, how you doing, buddy? Miss Spice, JJ, Jesse, and FTW all day. Graham as well, how you doing, my man? And Eric, Josie, Punk on Whiskey in the evening. Gas Mask is in the house as well. And Andy, aka Rudolph. Just call you Rolf. Anyway, thanks for joining, one and all. Let's get on with the bull crap. So, first port of call is, oh god, I hate it when this happens. It's better when it's a wee smaller folder. But anyhow, right, 910 for one of these. I wasn't going to. Alright to YouTube, another one of Kip's clips. God, I've been seeing that for far too long. Right, this was on January 2015. Right, over 4 years ago. Right, and you can go on the Wayback When machine and see that that was the original title. And I've not even listened to it, right? You can go and find that yourselves if you want. The point I'm making is, kind of what I'm saying now, maybe a wee bit more militantly, is what I was communicating back then as well. Everything is a hope. Stop feeding some people's mental retardation. Not everything is a hoax. Anyway, just a wee blast from the past.
In this white paper, it's not law yet, but as somebody in the chat, now this harmful speech on article, we're talking about a statute of information. It's going to solve all the social problems that cause people to make. Those are the harm we're talking about for the safety. Well, right. Public figures, online abuse of public figures,
abuse.
Criticism of public figures.
No abuse.
Criticism of public figures.
Right.
No, and there's the manipulation that we were talking about previously. And this is the hoax, the fake news, it builds on people's hysteria, the apocalyptic feeling that everything's doom and gloom, and it's all coming down to now. Anywho. There was, like, 3 years ago, just under 3 years ago, call it, Richie Allen, David Icke, Carol Keefe, Mark Sweden, all part of the same Truther Industrial Complex. Oh, and I promised I'd touch on this. I need to make an independent. I need to make a... Let's meet the Orange Walk. I will do this for the flip music. He'd seen I'd spotted him. Hopefully you can get a wee look at his face here. Fuck the Pope and the Vatican. Anywho, that's the wee dude that fucking back in 2016 stole money for Tent Town. Was going around kidding on he was helping the homeless, getting lots of donations and all that, and then running off and fucking getting high on all the donations. And apparently, fast forward to 2019, now that process is repeating itself in George Square in Glasgow. So, use your own discernment if you're giving out any money to people apparently helping homeless in George Square, Glasgow. Preferably give it directly to the homeless rather than anybody collecting on their behalf, because apparently it's all happening again. I need to make a wee fucking video. There's tons of information there and all that, and it's tragic, you know. You just start going through it like, oh fuck. Anywho, so that's what's going on in that neck of the wood. And that was back in 2016 when, coincidentally enough, just after he robbed one of the other, what do they call it, op-stops or something? Shit, I can't remember. But the Tent Town things, where the anonymous mob were all helping all the homeless people in George Square. And I was bouncing about and kind of helping them and all that and wee bits and bobs, and I was there when all that happened. When that guy robbed them all. Ah, man. And he was bouncing about with a fucking blade, fucking threatening every cunt, fucking stealing dough and all that, man. It was fucking tragic, man. Oh, lordy, lordy. Anyway, only in Glasgow, but he done it back then. That's why I made that video. As you can see, it was unlisted, didn't make it. I just shared it around the anonymous mob, so they could see that he was at the Orange Walk. And it did turn out to be him. So it was that guy there. He obviously clocked me as well, man, and he was like... Anywho, so I'll need to stay tuned for a wee video on that. So Blast from the Past, but that one came back. Right. Now, it's nothing particularly about this thing, mate. It's just I smell shite. Again, maybe this guy did have one of the worst fucking run-a-lucks known to any human being in the history of man, where a guy came in, attacked him with a knife in his work. He lost his job because of that, because his employer blamed him somehow. You know, as any reasonable employer would do. And then at the exact same time, all his YouTube channels got deleted. So all the barrel load of cash that he was making, the barrel load of cash that he was making through adverts on all his alt-right pish that he was putting up and his conspiratordom stuff, that YouTube just pulled the carpet away from him and then like demonetized his channel with the threat of you have to remove all your replica stuff, all like it happened to me. So he had to, because what he does is edits a lot of other people's footage together. So anyway, that's why it's in I Smell Shite file. Lizard Man, the clan grows.
Is what happens if somebody breaks down and all the lanes are running? Well, what we'll do, we'll put some lay-bys in every now and again.
Right, this is just old guys moaning about shit. See, there's no smart roads. I'm gonna kill somebody. It's the Illuminati. It's a good. I think they're trying to manage the roads, aren't they, man? You don't think? You might not agree with it, or fucking things were better when we had fucking Hovist bikes and shit. But anyway,
yeah, I'm thinking about this meeting. We'll put some lay-bys in every now and again, and we'll come up with a really good name for them. I know, we'll call them emergency refuge areas. That sounds dramatic, doesn't it?
It does.
We're thinking of safety of the motorist here, and
doesn't really sound that dramatic. It sounds boring guys talking.
Emergency refuge area.
When conspiracy meets roadways.
And we'll space them out not too far apart because we don't really want this trial to show up the disaster that this is going to become.
How far are they apart?
They were originally 800 metres apart,
right,
half a mile.
Oh dear, right, so this is the conspiracy now coming out of the Ike clan. So this is Ike's boys, I think? And this is his brother? The non-binary elephant podcast? No idea. But hey ho. And here's David Icke going back to his core programming, even to his early shell suit early wearing days in Terry Wogan when he was claiming he was Jesus. His religious fundamentalism, and how somehow he gets you into a humble state, and then gets you fucking hyped up on the doom of the New World Order. And predominantly that doom is LBGT people coming to the fucking transgenders are taking over the world. And there's him propagating that shit as well. You don't even need to listen to the content. It's nothing that hasn't been said a million times over. I don't know about yous. I can't see the jihad apocalypse where I stay, and I can't see the fucking militant feminist transgender apocalypse yet where I stay. Maybe I go to the wrong clubs or something. I don't know. I'll need to try and check the other ones out. But let's buy Bitcoin.
Hey, good morning. God bless each and every one of you tuning in. We have an amazing
God wants you to buy Bitcoin.
Friday today, and guess what? Bitcoin is set to triple. It is set to triple, and I'm so confident. I know that this is going to happen, that I'm actually closing down my course. Bitcoin Rich 1.0 is closing to new registrants because I'm so confident this is about to happen. And the reason
that doesn't really make sense. It sounds like some weird, twisted, fucking dumbass fucking sales pitch that unfortunately will work on some people. I mean, lordy, like 700 fucking
there's a number of reasons why. The cynicism is at an all-time high.
All right, so
if you talk to most people, they will tell you that they think
you shouldn't buy Bitcoin.
It's going lower. Okay, the mainstream media keeps telling
the mainstream media telling
us that Bitcoin is a scam. Keeps telling us that Bitcoin is a fraud. Keeps telling us don't buy it. Don't even put 1% of your portfolio in it. While at the same time, all the big hedge fund managers, the too big to fail banks, and the tech elite.
And he's so confident, but he wants you to make money. He's going to sell you 2 for 1 right now.
People like Jack Dorsey drop literally millions and millions of dollars into Bitcoin. So let's talk a little bit about the fundamentals. Click the link below. Take advantage of that offer because it's going away today.
I thought you said you were closing it. I thought it was closed. Well, let's click buy now. Let's see if it's still open. I've got a funny feeling this offer might still be open. Oh, look. It's still there. I thought it was going away. And when was this? Oh, wow. Fucking hell, man. Oh, Lord. Oh, I feel so sorry for the people that fall for this drivel. Oh, man. Like, scumbag. But hey-ho. Scumfucks like him have preyed on the weak for a time immemorial. Time to wisen up. Let's have a look at this creature.
I'm sure most of you remember the time when the internet was completely open and free to dialogue. You could go on every website.
Now, I've heard of double chins. I've never heard of a double cheek. And then which turns into a double face. And it looks like his face has been... At least he's had a face transplant.
That you would find either a forum or a chat room or something where people could interact and engage.
I think he's got a fish hook and... It's a very fine one, that's why we can't see it. I think it's like because he's obviously a fucking goblin, man. Some cunt's been fishing for goblins. And I think he's bit. And it was just unfortunately he's bit the bait just before he started making a video, and that's how he keeps going like that.
With each other. It was inconceivable for a website not to have a forum. But it happened, I believe, like after the American election, that this study came out which pointed to the fact that people are more likely to get influenced by the comment section of an article rather than the article itself. And when that happened, a lot of websites started just closing down the comment section, saying, oh, the users are too toxic, oh, we can't.
Right, I know what you're saying. He does sound like Screech out of Police Academy. I think that's what he is.
Can't have a proper room of debate, meh. And almost the entire
See, you can. I'm making it bigger so you can see his face transplant.
internet now, when it comes to newspapers, they don't have forums, they don't have chat rooms, they don't have anything where you can interact or comment with other people. Basically, you can't call them out on their bullshit or complete their.
Mate, yeah, I don't think the guy's gonna fucking get him. Gonna fucking catch the troll before the video's done.
The missing information for the story or add any sort of context. You can't.
Do you know what it is? Maybe some sort of a creature that has to fucking live sideways or he dies. But obviously, because he lives sideways, he moves everything sideways in his house. So it doesn't look to us like it's sideways, but it's sideways. Nah, definitely somebody's troll fishing for a goblin.
Do this anymore. And it's quite weird because in my country, when I go to Romanian newspapers, all of them still have forums. Like, all of them still have means for people to communicate with one another. But anyway, now the Dissenter app came along, and it allows you to go on any website.
And the NPCs go on Dissenter.
And interact with the people that are reading the website. So this is how it works. You first install it.
This is how you. Oh wow, that picture, man! He really is he's fucking Shrek on steroids, isn't it? Oh man, you're beautiful. It's true. With that smile on your face, what a disgrace! And I don't know what to do. You look like a stinky poo. Anyway, no.
And let's open a website with an article from Vice where they're literally complaining that this application exists, and they're trying to point this application as if it's.
Alright, Tom Vadoom. He sounds like Screech from Police
Academy. By the descendants of Hitler himself. And as you can see, this article doesn't have any way of commenting with people. It doesn't have any sort of comment section, doesn't allow people to disagree or to provide some context or anything.
See right there, you can see, like, he's got a double chin, and then it makes a double cheek, then it's a double cheekbone, then it's a little double forehead. It's a fucking face transplant. It's Romanian fucking Frankenstein's monsters fucking. Because remember, Frankenstein isn't a monster. Frankenstein's monster is fucking had, man. Frankenstein's missing a monster. Anyway, stay tuned. Frankenstein does return later on with some UKIP news, if my memory serves me correct. So, onwards. W up. Oh man, wait till you see this. I can't believe he's not took it down. Alright, say for instance, and this is just vicious fucking rumour, say for instance I might have done some online streaming, smashed out my tits at points. The paranoia gets the best of me and I have to delete that shit the next morning. See the lack of memory? If you can't remember shit, delete it. That's my motto when I'm blotto. That just came out auto. Anyway, let's have a look at Mike Rivero out his tits live on fucking YouTube, man. Woo! Looks quite compos mentis now, right? Wait till you see how it goes.
Tired of being lied to by mass media? It's growing
Maybe this is what it does to him.
that news is received less and less through standard media outlets. Even with a growing audience every day, RBN is beginning to
Lights, camera, action, mate. Oh,
direct
right
more
one.
efforts into social media. Social media and the use of the internet is fast becoming the primary source of people for news, regardless of demographic. RBN has set out to provide some of the best news on the internet through republicbroadcasting.org, and also has begun to use the tools to our advantage by way of social media. Republic Broadcasting is now operating a Facebook page to function as yet another avenue to have our collective voice reach new audiences
He's
across
lagging
not
a
only
wee bit
America,
already.
but across the globe as well. The Facebook
Having a wee
page features
sleep.
not only news, but also an RBN player to listen to our broadcast.
He's praying to his maker. It's like a junkie shoplifting. They think nobody can see them. Let's pray.
Get involved by visiting facebook.com/can.
Because you can handle the truth.
The history the government hopes you never learn. Here is your host, Michael Rivero.
And aloha, America. Welcome to our show today. It is Thursday, the 4th of April. And sure happy it's Thursday, sure happy it's Thursday, sure happy it's Thursday.
Sure happy it's Thursday, sure happy it's Thursday.
We have a lot to talk about today. The phone lines are open, 800-313-9443.
The will to live just gets harder the longer this goes on.
And I'm still a little bit under the weather, and I apologize for that, but it's just the way things are. Actually, I'm dealing with, a lot of depression, actually.
Some people drink when they're depressed, man.
I've been doing
lots of booze.
Website for 25 years. I've been doing radio for 12 years.
I know you've got to show for it as a barrel load of stupid ass t-shirts.
And nothing has really changed. The evil people are still in charge of all the money. They're still doing evil things.
Punk, wait till you see it. It genuinely gets worse. It genuinely gets worse.
We just had a revelation where the entire corporate media was exposed for lying to the American people for 2 years about Russian collusion. I haven't seen any of those people get fired yet.
You thinking downers or something? Bit of booze?
And it's a little bit frustrating. It's a little bit frustrating. All right, today's the anniversary of the assassination of Martin Luther King. And like so many other events in American history, there are reasons to think that the official story that James Earl Ray, a crazed lone nut assassin, really was not responsible. He basically confessed at the urging of his court-appointed attorney, and then he immediately recanted, and the judge said, No, we got you now. You confess. That's it. You're going to jail forever. But there were ballistic tests which indicated the rifle that was planted on James Earl Ray could not have been the rifle that killed Martin Luther.
Right, let's see. We'll fast forward it as he slowly deteriorates, right? This will be funny. This is the first advert.
Tennessee, aloha, John. Welcome to the show. What's on your mind?
Show. What's on your mind?
Hey, Mike. I want to speak to your depression, frustration, whatever it is, because we all have it. Are you up to speed on this whole subpoena Trump's tax records for the last 6 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just heard the audio clip of Nancy Pelosi where she says, it says the Secretary of the Treasury shall not.
Now, look, this is plain. Oh, you're still in, Mike. What's happening? Oh no, it was a good bit. Oh wow, man, look, you're destroyed. Oh god, this is, oh man. Oh, that's dear me, man. Look, he's pure crying and everything, man. It's fucking tragic. He's like, I wasted all my life. Oh, where's my YouTube revenue? I want my advertising back. Oh, I'm honestly like, this is plain.
LibertyStickers.com has a huge inventory of political bumper stickers and messages that reflect the truth about our government, our politicians, and the future of America.
Man.
With so many in stock, there's one perfect for you. Visit us today at LibertyStickers.com. Again, that's LibertyStickers.com.
No funny.
Do your part. Your voice is important. Let it be heard.
Folks, we're living in a world the likes of which we've never perceived any clearer than we do now. The plan for global governance has...
This is why you shouldn't get drunk and high at work, man.
It's been in the works for generations and would have likely been achieved by now, but for the fact that the globalists left open their Achilles heel. With all their tools, Federal Reserve System, fiat currency, no child left behind.
This is what this life can do to you, kids. Fucking check it out, man. Look at the people, like, you've got little Sean Wilson for fucking whatever UK, fucking getting meetings with Prevent. Look what happened to Mike Rivero when you when you take away their ad revenue. Oh shit.
Behind, and then Common Core education introduced to our schools to dumb us
Common
down.
Core
Vaccines,
education.
Pharmaceuticals to lobotomize us, GMO foods, insertion of compromised or bought and paid for politicians, judges, mainstream media propaganda, all pieced together like a puzzle designed to ultimately bring the world under submission. But with all their strategy, they forgot one thing.
Check
knowledge.
it out, man.
And knowledge is power. With knowledge, their bombardment is nullified.
He must have sobered
Folks,
up by
with
now.
that, as brilliant and knowledgeable as you become,
man.
among the
I need to
wisest
go and check
audience of
that
any
out.
radio audience in the world, and you are, I want you to take a moment to reflect and ask yourself, how much of that knowledge did I obtain from Republic
You wanted
Broadcasting
the truth.
Network? How high
You
has my
can
consciousness
handle the
raised since
truth.
I've been a
Nice
listener?
one, punk.
How fast am I now able to discriminate truth from fake news by being a Republic Broadcasting listener? How clear am I now able to see the world since I've been listening to RBN? Ask yourselves those questions, folks. Then ask yourself, what is that knowledge worth to me? Like my morning coffee, how would I survive without it?
Like your morning coffee. Stat. Fucking morning coffee, a couple of lines of cocaine, and a fucking blowjob for a hooker to put this guy straight, man.
A voice of truth in a sea of lies. Do we not all need to make sure it survives? Like public broadcasting, we are
I think the New World Order can toke up a victim. I think you're right, Gas Mask.
now finding we can only survive with listener support. Censorship, advertisers being attacked, truth itself being attacked. It's the only way through this.
Hashtag woke. Oh, dear
We at
me,
Republic
man.
Broadcasting humbly ask you to become a supporter. Look at your budget and make a determination of what Republic Broadcasting is worth to you.
Look, folks, I'll be kind to you, right? This goes on for 3 hours, man. Look, this is only 24 minutes in. Oh, I'll share this beauty with the room. I don't know if any's caught this. I'll be honest with you, right? I had not watched Mike Rivero. I've took an exodus for Mike Rivero. He was just uber frustrating for me, right? And I've went over to fucking Joe Rogan, he can be annoying at points as well. The other day, he had fucking this stupid lassie comedian on, and all they did was get fucking high as fuck and talk shite. Like, what if you had a toilet brush and it really spun round and shit like that? You're like, right, I know people get high and talk like that, but it's hardly fucking, like, uber broadcast material. But there's me being uber critical. Now phone me an Uber, get me out of here. Right, Mike, Mike! Hello, McFly! Hello, Mike! Hashtag wake up!
And what you can afford on a monthly basis. Go to republicbroadcasting.org and pledge 20, 30, 40, 50, if possible, 100 a month or more if it's affordable. Click the donate button and become a regular.
I really do. See, when you see it, like, it's when it hits home, man. Behind all this shit, there's an individual, there's an old man sitting there suffering, man. And it's tragic to watch.
Monthly donor. Assure both us and yourself that Republic Broadcasting Truth will continue to flow like that morning coffee. The network thanks you.
If you got the money, honey, we got the bombs. We'll plant 'em anywhere you like and blow.
Blow up a copyright, scum. Wake up, mate, come on. You're on after this song. Wake up, mate. Oh, yeah, he's back in the game. Back in the game. Woo, come on, Mike. You can do it.
Welcome back to our show. We're talking about Venezuela.
I'll be honest, this is a cry for help. Can't he fucking be like that and no understand what's going on?
Juan Guaido can't muster any significant popular support. The military is not behind him. He's been physically attacked by Maduro supporters. The military is still loyal to Maduro. And it's rather difficult to say how this guy's going to pull off the regime.
It's rather difficult to watch, isn't it?
Regime change. Oh, just no forces. That bad, huh?
Listen to these calls are saying to him.
Jersey, aloha, Dustin. Welcome to the show. What's on your mind?
I think you should do the Today Show and maybe take off tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday.
That bad, huh?
Yeah, you look like a dragon.
Yeah, I am. I really
Need a
am.
couple days rest, man.
I really do need a rest. I'm just...
Thanks for coming on and asking if he's on opioids or
You're not going to get any better.
No.
No joking.
Hey, Mike, I want to tell everybody something. There's like some kind of explosion on a pipeline in Venezuela.
Look up and perk
Oh,
up.
okay.
Yay!
Woo! What they're saying about they want to pump all these millions of dollars into Venezuela, that's like trying to cater to the elitist part of the country.
Yes.
But,
it's,
but they don't control the military.
Deep state. Deep state.
You know, like the people are behind Maduro, and so is the military.
But the
So
deep
what
state.
they call them, the Chavistas, they
Yes.
are behind Maduro.
Yep.
So this ain't going to work. It's failed. And Mike, I think it was the first caller who says, you say Trump's a disappointment. Trump's continuing this. So he's the same as the last one. And then that last one was the same as the one before that. Nothing's changed.
No.
Nothing's changed at all. And like with the border and with the trade problems and this or that, nothing has changed or gotten done. And it's what a I don't know what to say, man.
Cheer him up, why don't you?
Like thinking, like
Cheer him up.
saying to myself, like, what the heck's gone wrong? And
Might
Mike,
as well just kill yourself, mate.
Zero Heads, they have great articles about China's got these. This is from Gordon Chang.
Imagine you were sitting there depressed
China's
at your
collapses
tits.
any day now. Any day.
Look, this is exactly what's happening with Brian Harvey right now. Sitting there ready to slit your throat live on fucking air. And cunts are phoning you up and all that and depressing you further.
And now to sell books, he said China's got concentration camps and he's on the side of the. They're saying
we're can't rest that. back phone. Okay, we got
Oh, here's the next adverts.
Homeowners, if you're wrongful foreclosure resulting in the loss of your home. If you've already lost your home, are in foreclosure, or even in good standing, you can challenge the mortgage transaction's illegal issue and your property can be restored to you. And your
Let's see if he
foreclosure
goes
can be stopped or
full-blown
reversed and the mortgage transaction declared unenforceable. State
Bit of
laws, U.S.
popcorn
title
ready.
codes, the Uniform Commercial Codes, and U.S.
What?
Supreme Court rulings have upheld that defective mortgage documentation.
Now, if there was enough of yous and you're watching us live, we could have wee bets and all that. He's gonna die live on air.
Can reverse or stop foreclosures and enforce property title claims in favor of the homeowner. We are having successes in stopping the process of foreclosure, the enforcement of the foreclosure judgments, the sale of property, and evictions after the sale. We are not attorneys, and we don't give legal advice. We are a professional team of legal researchers, providing forensic mortgage audits and expert witnesses. We have the knowledge to produce the evidence and enforce laws regarding your legal issues. We've been in business for 12 years without a complaint. Consultations are free, and we provide a free title search to confirm if your mortgage has legal defects. Please call 855-253-3748. 855, the number 2, keep it today.
Did you know that neither the American Medical Association nor the American Bar Association were established to benefit the American people?
I love these adverts. Do you know what these adverts remind me of? Grand Theft Auto. You know, over here in the UK, we were never really exposed to that kind of tripe adverts. And then you heard them on Grand Theft Auto, like, where the fuck they get an idea for this kind of advert? And then you get introduced to the internet. American talk radio. And the likes of Mike Rivero.
Join me,
Buy my magic beans now!
with Humanity, Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central, as we
tell you how to grow your magic beans.
to consent to our own destruction.
Don't consent to our reality.
Without the right accessories, any guy can be off the mark. Whether you've invested thousands in
he's
your
went- I think he's
arsenal
went
or
to
you
sleep.
own a firearm, a visit to AROutfitting.com is in order. It's one of the finest online selections of tactical optics and AR parts and add-ons, like EOTech, quick target acquisition with no peripheral loss. Browse the full range of Nikon scopes and binoculars. AROutfitting.com can illuminate your world with Streamlight gun-mounted lights from keychain to large handhelds up to 1,100 lumens. Find some stability with Battenfield tactical bipods. AirOutfitting.com has CMMG gun parts, barrels, assemblies, handguards, part kits, and more. Plus mag-full clips and magazines. I know I've got you excited, so take a breath. Head to AirOutfitting.com. The site's super easy to navigate and features a ton of technical info, including links to manuals. We also welcome vendor and manufacturer inquiries. Remember,
I mean, it's literally no moving. It's a shame in it.
if you don't see it,
What really happened with your host, Mike Rivero. You're listening to the Republic.
Is he putting a gun to his head? There's a couple of times I've seen him say that.
What really happened with your host, Mike Rivero. You're listening to the Republic Broadcasting Network. Here is your host, Michael Rivero.
And aloha, America. Welcome back to our show. We're talking with Tony in Puerto Rico. Working on just media with a film I wouldn't be working because suicide much got blacklisted out of Hollywood as a result of that.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mike.
Okay, and we're going to switch
Did somebody's radio station in the control room go end this?
over to Slim in Canada. Aloha, Slim. Welcome to the show. What's on your mind?
Hey, Mike. First time listener, third time caller. Thought I'd give you a call.
Okay.
That was a joke, by the way. But tried. One of the people to find on your voice lists. Yeah, there's
He's back on the
being
brandy.
exposed. There's some things being exposed through social media and such. You're the only one that has the cojones to be able to speak up about it. And I just, well, I hope you feel better because you know, just if I'm the one, no,
Be back to 100. Okay. Okay. So what?
Couple of things. I just had my 18. Don't.
You know, I'm depressed, and you know, I'm trying to do the best that I can.
No, I really appreciate you like stepping up to the plate and still doing your show. I mean, that's because I know when I get sick, I just want to crawl in bed.
Without this one show, the New World Order might just have beat us. It's no worth your health. My God, somebody who cares about that guy, go and give him a couple of weeks off.
And just leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so a couple of things I wanted to talk about was one of the things was, you know, the food from Mexico. You know, we always talk about how we could have a food crisis here in the United States, but you know there's a lot of food that comes out of Mexico, Central America, South America. It comes here to America.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to remember that you know you got that stuff. I don't know how we're going to work it, but you know, fruits and veggies and meat. And one of the things,
Trump's threatening to close the border. He's threatening to close the border to all of that produce if Mexico.
Okay, well, Mexico. Oh, not too bad. Other countries that
German phenomenon.
Congressman, when they get voted in for a new person, a new Congress board.
Back in the
opium kicking in.
Kiss the wall.
The first fine
with his inaction on so many of the different promises he made in 2016.
Spring
site by going to republicbroadcasting.org.
Now, basically firing back against the accusations Putin trumped, which I think is
already.
Seems a bit better, doesn't
Seems
he?
that they used the Patriot Act in the US a better deal.
It's recovered.
Children been taken international. An article today. It was the only documentary to come out.
The way
or
to the
will
toilet
come
for a
out.
wee
It's
line
not
or
out
something.
yet in English about the Jews.
Yes.
With a woman right now called Julie Pearson.
There's what fighting the New World Order can do to you, Mike. There's the alt-right cult dying. Now let's get you WWW. AJ.
Washington Post, New York Times, CNN. They make that part 4chan's.
Oh, this was Gas Mask that posted this. So anybody that wants to go and check that out. Oh, 3 hour, baby. However long it is. Aye, nearly 2 hours, 3/4. You can go and check that bad boy out. Pepsi Max Egan. Woo! Time to talk. Oh, the Kev, the Loch Ness monster connoisseur himself, Kev Baker the Faker. He's now talking about the silencing of Max Egan. And he's talking about the silencing of Max Egan with Max Egan on his radio show, on the YouTubes, on the internet, broadcasting it to thousands of people with no restrictions, talking about and documenting the exact stuff that they're claiming Max Egan's getting silenced over. Yet more semantical. They play the victim. Look at Count Spunkula, man. He blew that whole thing into such a big show. Anyway, I digress. So, let's do something a wee bit more worthwhile. The 5G psychosis. So, Brussels says no to 5G. The people of Brussels are not guinea pigs whose health I can sell at profit. That's some guy like that. It must be official. Brussels becomes first major city to halt 5G due to health effects. And this is about health effects, nothing to do with the fact that Huawei has all the 5G infrastructure ready just to go and no cunt else does. And whoever gets in there first has a very big leg up in the New World Order infrastructure. Fuck you, Financial Times bastards. Here's a wee tip for yous. I think I've showed you this before. Sometimes you'll get put behind a wall on the Financial Times, but for some reason, if you Google the exact thing, mate, it'll get you through it. Brussels unveiled a EU-wide plan to deal with the potential security risks of new 5G mobile networks in a move that reflects rising fears about Chinese companies and is seen by critics as overdue. Right, so it's not about fucking direct energy weapons or anything of the sort, right? And this shows me direct messages like the UFO shit coming straight out of the military-industrial complex of the West to manipulate the masses. And right now they're using the exact same tactic they used with UFOs to take people's eyes off of the real technology that was getting hidden. And then they're now using the 5G fear as a way of making people very adverse to 5G. And there's literally people feeling sick from it, and it isn't in yet. Literally. That's how much this program is happening. That's how much the power of suggestion and how scary this 5G has become. It isn't out yet in the UK, and there's people feeling the effects of it. That's the power of suggestion. Anyway, so I know I've got a controversial outlook on this. Don't hate me for it, man. Brussels time, radiation concerns halt. Brussels 5D development for now. I'd argue it's more about that than that, but hey ho, who am I? The Kev Faker show. Data layer 5G and life in a smart city Glasgow. You don't leave your house, mate. Oh, this is good shit. Now,
it's a bit cold tonight. The 5G's getting through his house, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, man. I've
It's
seen
not
it
good.
all over. I mean, it was down in Ipswich as well. I saw.
Now, I'm sorry. How can you sit there and just like participate in this stuff without going, "No, hold on a sec, guys"? Like,
It's all around there with all the little antennas all on all the lampposts.
Yeah, we've got them all here. All of the trees are going. That's another thing. The 5G's a killer. It's a killer. Because we've got trees that are being cut down here. There's weather stations and 5G things next to each other. It's disgusting now. It's just soaking all the stuff up from the atmosphere. People.
is it because it's next to the weather station? It's sucking stuff up from the atmosphere.
People are laughing. I see people who was laughing, but this affects you as well. Like,
Mate, it's only affecting you. That's the reality of it. It's only affecting you and the people who are listening to this, unfortunately. And the crazy thing is, there'll be some people out there that will resonate with that guy, and they'll blindly believe him. And now they'll start suffering from 5G fucking effects.
Like in Newcastle, what's been happening with the 5G situation with kids and that lot, with nosebleeds, I explained it the other day. Nosebleeds, they're having bad problems with the head. They're coming down with everything, throwing up. It's just disgusting. But it's all frequency that just.
You hear that? All frequency. That sounds almost like exactly like David Icke, doesn't it?
Messes with his head and does all this kind of fuckery, man. It's like it can kill you, can't it? Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, it can kill you, can't it? Obviously,
it can kill you.
Like I say, I mean, when I was in London and since it's been I don't suffer with headaches, but I've been having headaches. I've been having headaches while I've been over here.
You hear that, everybody? Anytime you have a headache now, it's all about 5G. So see the headaches you had before 5G got rolled out, and you understand 5G isn't rolled out yet, but from now moving on in, anytime you get a headache, it's now going to be because of 5G, because of these loon balls.
So I don't, like I say, I don't get headaches. But since I've been over here, I've been having headaches. So
Oh, so they're using the 5G direct energy weapon on this guy because he's cracked the bird code.
Another thing, Andy,
Stay tuned, by the way, I've got the bird code.
For people to realise as well to use, get an EMF reader for in your house to how much
I would prefer a box of cornflakes right now, to be honest, man.
5G is letting off your phone, for an example, how much it's letting off from your TV and all of the devices in your house.
Get rid of all that stuff then, you windy licker. What you doing with your phone in your hand, broadcasting on the phone when it's killing you? What you doing? Don't you know you're radiating yourself, you Fruit Loop? Look how crazy I am. I'm going to turn into radiation, man. I'm going to start growing 10 heads.
Just for an example, stick your EMF.
Brian Harvey was like, get this woman subscribers so she can live stream to protect herself. What the fuck? You need to call this stuff out, man.
Reader next to a lamppost. It might blow up in your hand because it might let off a lot of static, but you'll say, nah, you need something heavier to test that. It's scary because if that comes off one little EMF reader, and that.
I think this guy watched fucking too many Ghostbusters when he was younger, man, and he's got a plasma fucking Ghostbuster Egon meter.
That's from your house. Imagine when you stood next to something bad. Do you know what I mean? It could just blow, your EMF reader could just blow up in your hand because it's letting up that much of a static pulse as well. And it's all electrons and atoms, everything that's in the air. It's just, and that's why trees are getting cut down because it can't move through the free flow of trees. And
woo, man, oh man.
Oxygen. What it lets out and what it takes in. It's obviously it's a main killer, isn't it?
Now, I think that's fair dues to call that 5G psychosis, isn't it? Is it just me? Everything's a hoax.
And that's what people need to be aware of.
These people.
They're everywhere. They can scan inside your house how many devices you've got. It's silent weapon for silent wars, isn't it, mate?
Do you know what it is? I've realised what it is. It's people go and watch God knows how many hours of YouTube and then love to get high as a motherfucking pie and then regurgitate that shite as if it's their own fucking thoughts and feelings on some cunt else's live stream to try and make themselves look big. I think that's it. I think this is simple as that.
Bad. It's bad.
John's camera's back on.
I prefer other things that make that noise, but hey ho. Who laughs fucking crazy like that on fucking camera?
I came across Tory membership back. The Tories could be blown to smithereens. And there's this on the front page.
Oh god, he's fucking wetting his knickers, look.
An utter capitulation. The Daily Basket case. Look, glory. Look, Theresa off begging Macron and Merkel for a Brexit delay. Look, Macron and Merkel waiting for Theresa to come along, grovelling. Can you imagine Winston Churchill? Can you imagine Maggie Thatcher on her knees? They should drag up the corpse of Thatcher, glue some hair in her head and put her out. Look, the 1922 committee are shitting foy.
God almighty, is that Merkel, man? Look at the face on that. It's like an old man.
Rah, mate. You are the problem, Theresa. You are the Brexit blocker. That's the Parliament put through. We're going to be in the EU elections. They are freaking out. Look, yesterday marked 1,000 days of Theresa mayhem. Seriously, 1,000 days of shame.
All right, everyone. Right now, there's a
of embarrassment, of recklessness. We've had 1,000 wasted days. We've had record homelessness. 1,000 days of tension.
Now it's time to worship Corbyn. He's going to save us.
Hashtag going around protect Julian. What's happened?
High functioning Asperger's.
Happened is that there were rumors that he was going to get kicked out of the Ecuadorian embassy finally, and I guess they're negating that claim and saying, well, we're not going to comment. This is, some anonymous source said it, but that doesn't mean it's true. It does look a little bit odd though, and we do know that Assange hasn't been getting along as much with the people at the embassy. Like, apparently they were pissed off that I guess he didn't clean the cat.
We don't know this. You're reading shit from RT.
Pan often enough and weird shit like that. And it's like, come on, dude. The dude is literally a political prisoner. You have the means to give him some...
Yeah, he's a political prisoner. It's very easy to spot these fucking idiots. They think Assange's some sort of a fucking freedom fighting warrior. I don't know why Pigeon Tits is holding his mic now. I think maybe obviously he's having some OCD issues about his audio. I hope my audio's coming through okay, by the way. I spent at least 20 minutes trying to sort this shit out, which is way too long. Look what they're doing. They start asking whose car is who.
Is that one yours over there? We're just trying to figure out whose cars is whose, essentially. Not yours. Alright, no worries.
Cops are worried that Ripley reporters are in on it. You know what I'm saying? In case Assange is getting sneaked out.
I don't know, so. No, that's fine. We're just trying to figure out whose car belongs to who. Can we just ask, are you just filming everyone that's going round?
See, checking out Ripley.
Yes. Media. Can I ask which media? Basically, the people.
Oh, I'm with Breitbart.
Breitbart. Gateway Pundit. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Breitbart, Gateway Pundit. Don't know if he's can hear that. Probably can. Certainly. Probably. This headset's a bit shite. Anywho. Onwards! Where the fuck was it there? That was the Assange cult. Oh, fuck. Right, before we go to the tragic stuff, let me put back the tragic stuff. Let me just go to some YouTube psychosis. Some of this might be just laughable. Oh, this is the bird code solved.
Right, I've just typed this comment in reply to calling it as it is 2.0. And I'm just going to sit quietly.
Put your feet up, you'll find out what the bird code is.
This is quite an important comment I've made here. And it sums up exactly what everyone in this fucking planet needs to realise. Yeah? All the religious and cultural and racism and sexism and everything, every division you can think of, down to what football teams you support, is all they're doing to try and just gain more and more fucking division and conquer between the sexes, religions, the cultures, everything else. And the reason that they carry on doing this time on time on time, like with your Malcolm X's and your Martin Luther Kings and all that, that was all red team, blue team. They were both actors.
Brian Harvey's an actor.
Free Nelson Mandela, all the rest of it, they're all controlled. Yeah. And when are people going to wake up and realise that all it is, is the 10% Aryan elite
of
inbreds?
Right, okay.
The birds.
The birds, right, you lost me now. Birds.
They call themselves.
Oh, they call themselves the birds, so they're not actually birds, right? Thank fuck.
And the 90% of the rest of us fucking struggling like fuck while they live like fucking royalty. Well, that's what they call themselves, isn't it? And all the rest of us suffer. And you know about all the other sick shit that they like to do.
I think this must be sticking stuff up their arse till they see lights and do the hippie shake. Something to do with the bird code.
The Sons of Cain.
Oh, ding! Here's this guy Zuber's fucking conspiracy. It's fucking Cain versus Abel versus Cain.
The seafarers, inbreeders on the ships. Money, 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 and perversion, paedophilia and incest. Everything that's wrong. The opposite of what's right. Yeah. So going into 2019, this is my philosophy. Yeah. And I'll just let you read this comment there because it pretty much sums up what I've just said.
Shit. Watching too much Mike Rivero. Fucking hell, no fucking... reading comments like that. Anywho.
There has been an ongoing investigation into conspiracy theorists who accuse the victims of mass shootings of being actors, right? So Alex Jones is in a lot of legal trouble because...
It's not people that accuse them of that, it's people who propagate the fucking...
I think parents, if they
monkey
lost
see,
the child...
monkey do psychosis of it. It's everywhere now. And again, I'll go to my blast from the past. Alrighty, YouTube, another one-off kept. People that weren't in at the beginning. Everything is a hoax. Stop feeding some people's mental retardation. Stop turning people into windy liquors over everything is a hoax. It's the message in that. Over 4 years ago. Anywho.
We don't need...
Good afternoon, people. I've just actually been thinking about what I was going to do, because honestly, I'm actually running out of stories.
Tommy Robinson been off the YouTubes for what, a few days now, and he's running out of stories.
So I'm still alive. You see, I violated the FuckTube community guidelines. Well, I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, I believe you, mate.
It's probably a machine that recognized the
Christchurch massacre. Oh, right. No, you haven't done anything wrong. Everybody knows that you can talk about these massacres just straight after they happen and spew out all sorts of crazy conspiracies without YouTube and all that keeping a check on you now. Considering that guy live streamed this shit on Facebook and all that, you know. But again, it's some sort of a crazy conspiracy. YouTube psychosis.
Meghan Markle just gets worse every bloody week.
Oh, she's eating babies?
We're now hearing that she wants to raise her baby as a vegan.
Oh, you must have been speaking to the royal family. Remember, this is a BMP
Social justice
reject.
Duchess Meghan Markle keeps hitting the headlines, and no, it's not because she's fitting in so well with her new role as a member of the royal family. It's because she's completely...
Because she's brown?
Bloody...
brown?
Mental. Royal
mental.
insiders are now claiming that Meghan Markle and her husband, Prince Harry, they're both at it, are planning to raise their new baby.
Oh, so the press is telling the truth now. You know, the lying press that they say lie all the time, they're now telling the truth. Because they can make a story out of it.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, they shut off the power real quick. But I feel like America has a good enough foundation of freedom that they're not going to be able to take us out back and shoot us, no matter how bad they want to, or have how many sodomites they get.
No, it's a metaphor. They will not take you out and shoot you, but they will shut you down. We're at a crucial moment here, because what we're seeing here is the attempt to mainstream sodomy. Look at the mayor of Chicago is now a lesbian.
And here again, you have the religious extremist rhetoric coming out from all different opposing independent talking heads. But it's all fucking anti-transgender this, anti-sodomite this, that. Fucking, these cunts care more about it than fucking all the gays and fucking lesbians put together. Anywho, onwards. I need to do Brian Harvey, then it's all the alt-right shit. So just the Brian Harvey, then all the alt-right shit.
I want to say, first of all, I tried to do a live stream. Apparently, I'm not allowed to do that on the say so of YouTube. I have no idea why. Apparently, I don't have the eligibility to do a live stream, which doesn't make any sense.
Now, I don't know about yous, but when somebody puts my name in the title and then I look at the name of the channel and it's called Reptoid Shapeshifting Reptilians Go Away, I'm like, I'm down with that person. That sounds perfectly sane. Maybe it's irony. Let me touch base with her. Oh, again. How can his family let this happen? Somebody needs to go and give my boot up the fucking arse, a scalp round the fucking ear. And get him in tow, man. Oh, that's my Jada interview. What am I looking for? Brian Harvey CCTV. Night 15:30. She sits and watches YouTube for ages and turns round and goes into the usual.
This abuse. I'm being watched this morning. I've watched it. I've been up since 7 o'clock. I've been out the window watching them. Yeah, do you think I'm stupid? I know you're monitoring me. And yesterday's video made it worse. So clearly, Murdoch, you ain't going to step in and do the right thing, are you? No, you're not. Going to carry on with your harassment using your police. Will you carry on, mate? Will you carry on? But people like this need help. Get her subscribers up so she can live stream and protect herself. She's clearly in distress.
5 Dinners once said, nobody's in any position to save anybody if they've got holes in their own boat. Very wise words.
Right? She's clearly in distress.
Clearly in distress.
She needs help with this.
He needs help off his family to get him serious help.
Someone help her. Subscribers, come on, get on her.
His family, real friends. Windy Liquors, stay away. Stop encouraging his online madness. He's going. Can't you see the? He's going round in this like fucking repetitive loop. Just repetitive loop. It's tragic to watch, man.
Channel and help her out. And that goes for anyone else that's got mental health problems that are being around.
And he's still relatively young, man. Fucking get his fucking shit together in 6 months and fucking batter on with his life. It's not that hard, you know. That could happen to him. Quite easy.
Harassed and abused.
Well, if he continues on like this, he's going to end up fucking, don't know, God knows what's going to end up happening.
And bullied.
He's working himself into a frenzy.
It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Right, let me go to 1745. This is something I want to touch on. This is Brian Harvey's genuine psychosis, right?
Knock on my door, tell me there's been a threat to, right? And I'm someone, the police have seen my cameras, right? And I'm someone who said the police knock on my door, tell me there's been a threat to life warning, away, police for ya.
The police did chap on your door and tell you that they had received information saying that there'd been a threat to your life. That information had came from you on your YouTube saying that people were out to kill you. And some windy licker, some idiot either reported it for shits and giggles to see what would happen, or somebody believed your fucking stuff, which is very possible, and phoned the cops and went, look, there's somebody out to fucking kill him, Murdoch's going to kill him. And thus created this, and there was the windy licking circle complete. The circle of window licking.
There's your police, private political army. They're for the politicians, to protect them from us. That is what they're for. That's why we don't get any help. Unless you got a few quid, of course, and then obviously they got to worry about being taken thumbs down. Well, to those thumbs down, you're losing. And you're advocating this harassment. And you're advocating the police not doing their job. And phone hacking. And harassment. Yeah?
See what happens is, like, this is what I believe, this is my best observation, my most honest assessment. Yeah, when you're ball deep in the cult, for some reason you think the world should be perfect. And it's for some reason, somehow they get in your head and you want to run around and fucking right every wrong. Corruption! Instead of living in the realisation that it's never been fucking 100% perfect. It never has. Things have never been better. Sick of telling people this shite. Fucking, there you go again with your first world problems. Where we're living is easy. Anyway.
It's wrong. Do something about it. Disgusting, mate. Disgusting.
Punk on whiskey, nice one, man. Love the fucking, the big fucking licks fucking advertising, man. Loving it. Right. So that's enough of that. That's the most recent one.
Right. Just saw the police pull up outside my house. Pulled up right outside my window.
That's this guy who thinks the New World Order are sending drones over his house to torment him because he knows the bird code. There you go again. They call him Brian Harvey paranoid.
So I was near this bloke major help back arm. Firstly, to arrest. Once they broke into my house, which distressed me even more.
Mate, you're live streaming to thousands of people, fucking threats of fucking killing yourself, you twat. What the fuck do you think's going to happen, you fucking idiot? Moron. I mean, fucking get yourself together, man. Fucking needs a toe up the fucking arse.
Right, I think we're back on. Yeah, sorry, I've got alright. What I've been when I got tripping on a rock one. Right.
Boom, back to the same old fucking circles. If you haven't got your head round it now, by the fucking a millionth time that he's went over it, you never will. But the guy doesn't understand realities and why he'll never get anywhere legally with this anymore. Time's ran out, he's fucked it up. His fault. His head's been so far up his arse, he's not managed to fucking deal with it properly in the proper fucking time limits to any extent where he'll get any proper any proper compensation or anything. And unfortunately, the fault of that lies at him, his entourage, his family, his friends, his management or whatever, right? Because it's up to him and it's his responsibility to deal with the shit in his life to the best that he can, instead of bouncing about now trying to blame every cunt else apart from himself. And the sooner he stops trying to blame everybody in the world apart from himself and not neglecting himself, maybe the fucking quicker he'll snap out of it. If that makes any sense. Oh, but into fucking... Somehow this comes across pure fucking borderline racist to me, why he's going on about visas and fucking African women, right? And that's me saying that, right? Fuck's sake. But, again, I think it's just it's the programming he's getting. He's obviously just sitting indoors all the time watching YouTube. Anything with his name in it, he's watching. A million times over, driving himself fucking insane. Look, there's Brian Harvey, right? You want to see Brian Harvey? Right, here he's a gay. This is what he's doing to himself. And he doesn't even realise this is. Well, in fact, this is the pattern that he's got in, and he can't break it. Sitting with his eyes open like that, consuming 10 barrels of piss on fucking YouTube, and it's driving him manic. And he's got nothing in his life to drag him out of it right now.
Fucking cunt.
Alright, this is that one.
Right, we live, are we? Are we live? So I've been sent some paperwork.
Was this tweets and shit? Oh god.
Scott Jonesy, if you're watching, you fucking cunt. It was me who called the police, R.E. Brian RV. I believe he has serious mental health issues. I feel so sorry for him. Of course you fucking do. No mention of phone hacking on here, you cunt.
Why would they mention the phone hacking? He was probably watching you fucking talking about killing yourself, you idiot. Now it's this guy's fault for being a fucking idiot and phoning the cops, but anyway.
The response of the Met Police has been fantastic. Yeah, who's that been fantastic for? Scott fucking Jonesy, shit cunt, fucking slag!
Well, if the Met Police get fucking a contact from a member of the public saying somebody's going to kill themselves, what do you expect them to do, you idiot? Not only that, you're live streaming it. Not only that, you've got a noose up.
You fucking cunt! Yeah?
What is it with these screwballs who think fucking printing things out on bits of paper make them kind some sort of a like evidence? Mate, it's just a printout on your computer. How can you afford so much paper and fucking ink? That's what I want to know.
Yeah? So this fucking I'm sick of the
fucking colour ink and
fucking
everything.
Symbolism, and you're
I was getting gaslit with symbolism again. Oh lordy, lordy, oh lord, won't you? What's a 5-pointed star? What's that? Hexagram? No.
Fucking dog shit. You know who's behind it?
The Illuminati?
That fucking bird there.
Oh, God.
Stop fucking trying to speak for me. I
know, read her tweet. What a horrible person. Please, has anyone any news on Brian Harvey? Contact me, thanks. My prayers, heart and thoughts are with him. I pray he's okay. What a horrible, horrible, horrible person. Horrible person.
hate your fucking guts. Do you understand?
Maybe that's why his sister and mum can't go near him. Maybe he's in that self-destruct mode where nobody won't accept anybody near him, telling him anybody that comes in and presents him with anything away from what the delusion he's in. They're in the Illuminati all of a sudden.
Daniela Westbrook, please, if anyone has news on Brian Harvey, contact me, thanks. Kiss. My prayers and thoughts are fucking heart and with him, and I pray he's okay. Really? Really? Fucking really? Scott Jones, yeah? Is that who you're fucking talking to? Or is this another made-up account from Puddick? My guess is it's got something to do with Ian Puddick.
Oh god, there's fucking like conspiracy after conspiracy cause somebody out there who knows him gives a shit. My lord, look, can't even help the guy. Oh, hold on, let's read that. Bit of evidence. He does. From the evidence, he was clearly hacked and set up by thugs in Fleet Street.
Right, I've had enough of you fucking cunts now. I have fucking had enough of you fucking cunts. You've just fucking annoyed me. Now you fucking annoyed me. Don't ever chat my fucking name again. Do you understand? Do you all fucking understand? Don't ever chat my fucking name again. Ever. You fucking piss-taking cunts. How fucking dare you? Puddick, you still at it, are you, mate, yeah? You still fucking at it? You still want to fucking war with me, do ya? Do you want a fucking war, mate? Do you want one? Why don't you come and knock on my door, you fucking pussyhole? You fucking pussyhole! Come and knock on my fucking door! Cunt! You fucking won't, will ya? Just like your wanker, Bill Maloney. Where are you, mate? Where are you? I'll tell you what, me and you, Bill, we're going to fucking have it when I see you. You fucking cunt. Fucking cunt.
Yeah. Ian Puddick, Scott Jones, he does in replying to no link, the poor chap needs help. Oh God.
Yeah, you're the one that fucking called him, are ya? It's you again, is it? I wondered why it was a fucking malicious communications. You sent a...
It's miscommunications because you're broadcasting to thousands of people threats that you're going to kill yourself. That's why you fucking... come on. That's why. But to him, this is the psychosis Brian Harvey's in right now.
You like that one, don't ya? You like malicious communications? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get the fucking video footage of that cunt with a taser in the fucking holding cell. Let's get it. Let's get it. Because I'm going to put that cunt to fucking sleep in the courtroom. Do you understand me? And Puddick, one day, mate, one fucking day, you are going to prison, you cunt, because everyone fucking knows what you are. Everyone fucking knows. You keep fucking with me, and I'll tell you what, I know everyone was involved in this shit, and don't think it ain't being logged. I'm gonna fuck every last fucking one of you. Every single last fucking one of you. Do you understand? And you fucking trolls, you're next. I will fucking come for you. Cunt! Who the fuck do you think you are? Show me one other person that's got fucking evidence like that. There ain't no one. But none of you want to fucking go on about it, do ya? You want to talk your fucking shit. Cunts! You're wankers! Cowards! You're nothing! Nothing!
Three days ago and he's left the video up, man.
See all you cunts? Fucking see you? That's it now. That is it. That is fucking it. Understand, yeah? This ain't never gonna stop. It ain't never fucking going away until I've got every fucking last one of you that have been fucking with my life for the past fucking 25 years. Yeah? This ain't gonna stop. Let me fucking show you, Sam. John Endy rang me the other night, and I recorded it. Right. What's that shit?
Oh God, he's saying it's this. I really don't even get that, man. Anyway, he's saying it's the same thing. The Golden Dawn.
What's
the
that?
Holder of the.
Another trap, yeah? Ringing me up, was it?
God, man, he's fucking gone, isn't he?
Do you know what? You're also fucking see-through. Do you know that? You're also fucking see-through. Contacting me, chatting shit. Why? You scared? You fucking scared? I'll tell you what, you fucking should be. Because I ain't even scratched the surface of what I put out yet. And when I put out the rest of it, watch what happens to the fucking lot of ya. The fucking lot of ya. Wankers! Even collectively, as many of you as you are, you still can't fucking win. Wankers! Wankers! The lot of ya! Come and knock on my fucking door if you've got a problem. Come and knock on my door. I fucking dare you. I fucking dare you. Come and knock on my door. Cunts.
And guys, fucking like it's close to breaking. I think he's broke. Anyway, onwards. It's fucking depressing as fuck, innit? Let's laugh at Tommy Robinson. Brexit psychosis. Should have some funny stuff in it, hopefully. And this happened. It's happening. NHS out. Nae meat for your pudding. Fucking smart
Reports are coming in from all over the country about abnormal conditions.
What's he saying?
More reports are coming in from all over the country about abnormal conditions.
something nice and relaxing. Oh, this is going to get copyright. But make me crazy. Talking about Bacon Lady going bananas.
That you're a racist, like she says I'm a terrorist. Yeah, good point.
Oh, it's like Bacon Lady versus.
Good point. I mean, good point. Honestly, you need a bit of love.
Everyone's seen it. No, they haven't. Oh, yes, they have. They haven't. Oh, yes, they have. Just wait till she gets punished because she's okay, Amy. Okay. How dare you say that? How dare you speak to me? How dare you speak to me? You and that young man who came over here.
I says it, she says it, I says. Brexit meltdown. Something in the Guardian, Facebook. Brexit ad secretly run by staff of Linton Crosby firm. And again, both sides are doing this, but it's becoming apparent that both sides are doing it when they're all sitting out there saying they're all sugar and light.
But if the proposal is approved, it could mean the UK has to take part in EU elections there in May.
In the European elections, but we have to. I've known this was coming, and as we've got closer to this time, the percentage of it happening is now up to about 99%. Looks like it's going to happen. We've been
Here's Rupert Murdoch's Sky giving UKIPs talking head all the time in the world.
Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder, treason and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should...
So these people want to turn into Jesuits and start blowing up our Proddy Parliament, do they? Okay. Because they're a stupid wee fucking film.
Did she actually know what
An immovable parliament is more obnoxious than an immovable king.
Anyway, that said, UKIP Youth Unity News.
So, folks, Theresa May's now saying that she...
This guy, again, documented this dude, Romy Tobinson. He literally licks a window as he does his Tommy Robinson reports.
He's reluctantly asked the EU for an extension until the 30th of June. I'll put a full link in the description below, the details to that.
Details of how to lick your window. Anyway, that's Brexit psychosis. Let's have a wee look at the UKIP myself.
So Dankula just put up a video on his second channel, and
oh, it's so cute, Dankula.
He's sassing me something fierce.
He's sassing me. What the fuck's that mean, fat man? You should stick to your Jeremy Beadle fucking impersonation parts.
Yes, in this video, and so I've got to do something to kind of sass him back.
I got to sass him back. You see, what kind of gay fucking games is this? You fucking playing with each other's dicks or some fucking... What kind of fucking wee fucking weirdo, fucking twisted ass, fucking freaky ass, fucking bitch ass games is this?
He was complaining that I always make him come down to London to do the live events.
He's complaining you always make him come, yep.
And I was saying, look man, it's not my fault. I'm not the most hated man in Scotland. I'm not the reason that we get deplatformed from Edinburgh venues. Oh no! No. That's some fucking Scottish Nazi who keeps getting that happen to us. And I'm sorry. He was like, oh yeah, I'll talk about something funny, so I'm going to talk about something boring. Well, listen, right? Hey, he does do good shows. I got to give him it. It is funny shit what he does. But I've had a special.
No, it's not.
Special thing saved up that I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to do. And since it looks like we're probably going to end up with a Corbyn government in the very near future, I've got my live show about Corbyn ready. It's gonna be a good one. Oh, it's gonna be a good one. It's Corbyn is somewhat of a mad lad, actually. If he wasn't such a dire electoral threat to the future of this country, I'd probably have a lot more fun with it, because there's a lot about Corbyn that's actually quite amusing, in all fairness, to give him his dues. But yes, I've got my nice show that I'd planned to do on Corbyn ready, and it's going to be both barrels. It's going to be good.
So there's Count Spunkula and Sargon of Mossad, both UKIP.
So it seems that the
gypsies.
rumors were indeed true. Count Dankula is going to run for the European Union elections on behalf of UKIP.
Still getting, like, you can see his face transplant so much clearer in this one. Let's make this bigger so we can see his face transplant. I want to see little Igor, the Jippo's
now,
face
he made
transplant.
this post claiming that he believes firmly that Brexit is going to be betrayed, which means that the United Kingdom is going
He's
to
definitely
have to
got
send,
a hook. Somebody's
Euro
been out troll
parliamentaries,
fishing,
into the European
and they
Union,
caught
and
him.
he
When
wants to run. Now, what's interesting is that I don't think he's going to win, unfortunately, because he's running in Scotland.
See-
and if you look at the numbers, like, Scotland didn't manage to elect a
Yeah, we hate scum fucks like that.
single
We kick Nazis in the balls
UKIP member
and freaks like fucking Frankenstein's monster like you.
in any previous elections. So, chances are quite low. But with that said, the opposition, the journalists and the mainstream media and certain activists are having a massive meltdown over it, almost as if he is guaranteed to win. I think the reason they are actually having a meltdown is now they won't be able to censor him, because if they try to censor him, that can be viewed as political
Censorship.
interference. That can be viewed as him being suppressed for his political beliefs. So he might get a little bit more on the spotlight. He might go a little bit more on mainstream media channels, and they have to take him seriously. But, I hope I'm wrong. I genuinely do. I hope that he actually manages to win. That will be really interesting. I mean, who knows with the way...
I hope this guy would actually manage to breathe through his nose. Who knows? He might actually stop sounding like Screech for Police Academy.
Brexit is going, a lot of people are upset, and all those people who are upset might actually vote for UKIP. So he posted this on his Twitter. To any journalist that tried to reach me out for my comment, here is my official statement. Now, what I find out interesting about Count Dankula, he constantly say that all of this happened because of a joke. Whoa! Holy shit! That escalated really quick. Jesus, Dank.
It's fairly certain now that Britain will have to take part in the European parliamentary elections.
On Activist Patriot channel. He's the guy that propagates all Tommy Robinson stuff. And he's the guy that kicked me off, although you can still see everything they do. The Tommy Robinson rooms in, what do you call it? Telegraph. And it is the funniest things ever. If you want to see what Tommy Robinson cult is all about, go over onto that and you'll see them in full flow. And I don't know, it's very, 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 very telling. Anywho, so onwards. Far right Templar report, right? This is beautiful stuff. Now watch this. Go over this guy's BitChute account as well, because he seems to be going through quite a lot of channels for some whatever reason. No idea why.
This is homegrown Generation Jihad are having 5 or 6 or 10 children each at taxpayers' expense. Reduce the retirement age, working hours and...
Here are 10 key requirements. The expulsion of all African and Sunni Muslim immigrants and their descendants. Massive and immediate extra help for young Indigenous families to
dare to go to New Zealand and say to a Maori, what do you mean Indigenous? You wouldn't dare to go to North America and say to an American Red Indian, a Sioux or whatever, what do you mean Indigenous? We're all the same. The Indigenous people of these islands, the people, the English, the Scots, the Irish and the Welsh,
have more children, with the aim of having 6 children each, at least. All paid for by heavy extra taxes on all those who do not have children. The immediate outlawing of homosexuality, abortion and contraception. Confiscation of the assets of all citizens who leave or whose children leave the country. Raising of the pension age.
So I'm taking up Tommy's challenge to a debate with a reply in 3 parts. First, responding to what Tommy has said about my in-depth internet report, What Lies Behind the English Defence League.
So I think that's a very well put together clip. And again, you might want to pause that to get the detail. And you might want to go over to the guy's channel and sub. Me personally, if I was doing that, I'd have kept a bit more of the cleavage in, but hey ho, each to their own. Now, just in case you missed it. Have you got genuine reason for able to help Britain first openly, then join Knights Templar as the answer? Knights Templar provides a home for those with sensitive careers and those who want to stay under the radar but still contribute to the cause. No, women do not hold office in this order, and we are not Britain first. It's a bit out of context, I don't get that. I thought it was something different. Secret Nazis. Right, that was some well put together stuff, I thought. Now let's do the hidden far right in the UK.
Parliament tomorrow about sex exploitation, grooming, rape, jihad, and some of the left-wing media.
And then he's in Prague holding guns and all that, like he does everywhere he goes round the world for some reason.
The audio is shit and kept breaking up, and the voice sounded shrieks. Shrieks! Salam alaikum!
Mashallah, brother.
You lose the message, and it's hard to watch when you are so angry and literally screaming.
Gib du jetzt deine Stimme ab, wenn ja!
People will not hear.
Right, you see the information on your screen, you can go and watch that. And he can say the sort of, right, anyway, but aye, the national anthem, the loyalist kind of version. And it doesn't surprise you when you figure out where Tommy Robinson's coming from. Jim Dawson, very interesting dude. Jim Dawson, the Invisible Man on the far right of the Kosovo connection, talking about him and his Knight Templar organisations out in Prague and stuff. Him, Nick Griffin and other, I think, Russian fascists going out to Kosovo and Hungary and a lot of the Baltic states. Midas Consultancy, this is one of his many. It was one of his many businesses. Coincidentally, British Constitution Limited was set up at the same time as Jim Dawson's Midas Consultancy. Midas refers to the Greek god guy that everything he touched turned to gold. The Midas touch. Here's Lancaster Unity talking a wee bit on Dawson's Empire. He's some of the business interests he's got. So he's got Solas, Northern Ireland. It's a charity. Adlorries.com. Jim Dawson, sole director. The BNP, worked with the BNP. Albion Logistics Solutions. Midas Consultancy. It's the one he used to raise money in the call centre for the BNP in Northern Ireland. The Christian Youth Fellowship, so he's indoctrinating the youth. That's probably where he got that wee freak fucking Stevie Cowie of Political Gamers TV from. UK Life League. Ultraplum.com Limited, that's a wee company set up for one of his sons. BNP offices in Stroud and Newton. Nuneaton, sorry. And share this one as well, because this goes back on the record and the playback as well for people watching after the fact. Here's again. Here's the Hungarian spectrum. Far right Western politicians in Hungary. Jim Dawson and Nick Griffin. It makes sense with Nick Griffin being that guy on the Templars report. Hold on. This thing's fucking making stupid noises. Shite battery. Anywho. Was this connected? Oh, cool. Headset, hands-free, headset, stereo. Can you hear me pumping on the stereo? Can you hear me pumping on the stereo? There we go, all sorted. I think. Let me just do one little test. All good in the hood, baby. So there's Jim Dawson and Nick Griffin going out and setting up a Knights Templars outfit in East Europe. That's where Tommy Robinson's just been. There's Jim Dowson, Britain First. There's some of the youth division. Richard Edmonds, Tommy Robinson with the BMP. Britain First, Carol Ann, Jada. Andy Frayne, I think that guy's name. Don't know who that is. Random Jews, don't know who they are. There's Brown Teeth of London. That's Project Identity. Generation Identity, I keep calling them Project Identity. That's Jim Dowson in the background of Generation Identity. Generation Identity. Right, we'll remember that. Jim Dowson with Generation Identity. Generation Identity. Tom Robinson, a Mossad t-shirt. Shellman Fellow. Nick Griffin and Buckley. Rebel Media. And there's the wee guy that just recently got jailed for wanting to kill politicians, him there. Andrus Breivik. Darren Osborne, not the one from Hollyoaks. And the most recent fucking Duda and Jada and Nick Griffin. Anywho. Right, keep the Jada in the Now we'll get Jada turning up on Red Ice TV. Fucking
hello.
Hello.
Yes, that's.
Is it me you're looking for?
Right. But before I go any further, I'd like to put this to Joe Anderson, Liverpool.
And again, this is the hidden far right. Oh God, thirsty. Work, this is the hidden far right. So Joe Owens is now appearing to be a single entity, an individual talking head, an individual demographic to mobilise certain people in a nationalistic way over to the right. And he worked with Jim Dowson in the BMP. My theory is they're all still working together under the table, but appear separate to appeal to different demographics in different ways. And he's running for elections and all that. And who knows, he might do well. And here's the Republican, the Irish Republic of Ireland nationalist Tommy Robinson. And this mob, Gran Torino, are involved in the spawn of Jim Dowson. And here is Paul Josephine Watson now rhyming and repeating the exact religious extremist talking points of Islam stinks and LGBT is bad and taking the piss. And here's these two clowns going back to Roger Hayes. Roger Hayes goes back to the British Constitution group, and that goes back... what? You want to know what? People that have stuck around this long. Let me think. Now, let me get my... Now, I found this blew me away. As I've finished it, man, the whole fucking book of my tour. Anyway, but it'll be a continuous adding on to it. But anyway, I'm starting it soon, very soon. Next week or so. And recently I was introduced to the Chartist movement. And let me just quickly show you. I can go into this here. I've got it up. Been doing it recently. So it ain't that hard to show you. So if we go into my tour, right, and then let's go green. Come looking for. I think I'll just get it in this. History, 19th century. Here we go. This is it here. When the Reform Act of 1832. Now, this is the interesting bit of your history, and believe it or not, if you go and learn the history here, what's happening now will make a lot more sense. And the reason it will make a lot more sense, for example, if you go to the money men behind the far right, you've got the British Constitution Association, but you've also now got I'm sure I had them. I've got them bookmarked somewhere, I just can't remember where. But let me bookmark them. Good way to keep your shit in the line. What I want to show you here is the new Chartist movement. So let me go and see where these people are politically coming from. So if you go and look at the groups they're coming from, British Constitution groups, where the whole UK column mob come from, and what they're all about, it's where Roger Hayes comes from. And Roger Hayes...
Have you heard about the...
To this day...
Oh God, where was I? And Roger Hayes is now getting these fucking windy-licking bastards to fucking try and rhyme and repeat the same shit that he's coming out with. So this stuff has been a long time in the making. And why this goes into my tour, this is what blew me away. But of course, Scotland's always ball deep in fucking everything. So if you go to the British Constitution group, they'll send you to the new Chartist movement. Let's see. The Charterists are back, right? So what's the Charterist movement? And why the hell is Glasgow Green right in the ball deep with that? Well, when the Reform Act 1932 passed in Parliament, increasing the electorate from 4,329 in 1820 to 65,000 in 1832, a large demonstration of over 70,000 people was held on the Green, with the procession led around the park by a Bridgeton band. The Charterism movement. Ding! And this is where it gets interesting, and this is why I hate people getting fucking very easily swayed with simplistic ways of looking at this shit when it's far more complicated. Anyway, so the Charterist movement, you can go and find out what that was. Movement that grew in response to the Reform Act, later resulted in what was known as the Charterist Riot in 1849. William Ewart Gladstone, he was a Scot and a Freemason, and I think he was the guy that was Prime Minister 4 times. He's got a statue in George Square. Every statue in George Square is either the father of a Freemason, a mother of a Freemason, or a Freemason. All 12 of them. But anyway, that'll be in the tour as well. And so it was Gladstone, the Charterism movement. That's what I wanted to show you. Charterism movement. So the mob behind the UK column are trying to resurrect this Charterism as a thing. And what was Charterism? Well, it came out as a response to the Reform Act. And the Reform Act was in response to people wanting something similar in this country as to what happened in the French Revolution, i.e. the aristocracy and the royalty losing their fucking heads. And And that is what is kind of going on back to this day. This is where the powers that are fighting each other. Charterism was a working class movement for political reform in Britain that existed from 1838 to 57. It took his name from the People's Charter of 1839 and was a national protest movement with particular strongholds of support in Northern England, East Midlands, Staffordshire, Potteries, the Black Country and South Wales Valleys. Support for the movement was the highest in 1839, 42, 48, when petitions signed by millions of working people were presented to the House of Commons. The strategy employed was the use of scale support, which these petitions and accompanying mass meetings, demonstrations to put pressure on politicians to concede manhood suffrage. Charterism thus relied on constitutional methods to secure its aims, though there were some who became involved in insurrectionary activities, notably in South Wales and in West Yorkshire. Right? So even back then, they were involved in insurrectionary activities, and that's arguably what's happening to this day with the same people that are bouncing around trying to resurrect this movement. So if you think this is something new, it's not. Just the tools that are using to operate this have changed, but this is the exact same stuff. And this is what I learned from doing my tour. Again, just fucking seeing bigger bits. What am I looking for? City Chambers. It won't be the City Chambers, it'll be. Oh, that's Duke Street. George Square. Queen Street. Statues of George Square, what did I say? That was Gladstone, wasn't it? Was it Gladstone? What was his name? William Gladstone. I'll get his middle name here, bastard. Gladstone, he was born in Liverpool. He was a Conservative, and then he was a part of the New Liberal Party. He was PM 4 times, fuck's sake. The People's William he was known as because he's liberal leanings, apparently. And he's been the longest serving, he's the longest ever serving Prime Minister and open practicing Freemason. William Ewart Gladstone. Right, there we go, there's a wee. Anywho, so that's what you learn from doing this shit. And the Charters movement. And who else? Hold on, let me get this up. What was I looking at there? It was City Chambers, and then it would be George Square. Because his political rival is up there as well, who happened to be a Freemason as well, but his name is Peel, if my memory serves me correct. But let me. Sir Robert Peel. Now remember, both of them were Conservatives, but one of them was a Liberal Conservative and the one wasn't a Liberal Conservative. And Sir Robert Peel, and don't quote me on this, but I believe he was kind of like Gladstone's political rival at the time. Meant to be polar up, might be different persuasions kind of thing. Or it was presented that way. He was Conservative. PM. He emancipated Catholics during the famine. Traitor for Tory because of his liberal leanings on child labour and working hours. That can't be him. Must have got this wrong. I know they worked together, but I thought they were for different spectrums. PM from 1834-35 to 1841. Home Secretary from 1822 to 27. And then again, 1828 to 1830. Fuck, I don't know where he was born. He was Scottish though. I think he was born in Glasgow. He was the founder of the Met Police in London, even though he was Scottish. And he was a Freemason again. Surprise, surprise. So, I can't wait. Here's a wee bit of football trivia. Clydesdale Amateur Rowing Club, 1857. That's down at Glasgow Green. And it was some of their players that went down and played calendar FCs on the Fleshers Hoff. And this team later became Rangers. Anywho. So, a wee tangent, but about the Charters movement. So, all this stuff has been a long time in the making. And did I get the British Constitutions Association in? Lord Balfour of Burleigh, descendant of Robert the Bruce lineage, and of the same family of the Lord Balfour that signed the Declaration of signed the Balfour Declaration. And of the same family of Robert the Bruce who signed the Declaration of Arbroath, that claimed Scots are one of the lost tribes of the Israelites. So you make your mind up if it's all kind of if it fits in. But I know what I think. Anywho, so where was I want all this? Nick Griffin hungry, done all that jazz. Keeping Jada for later. Talking about him using the Roger Hay stuff in the British Constitution group scams. Adam Curry talking about Adam Curry, the CIA guy of the No Agenda show, telling you to go off the grid phones, telling you what ones to use. And now this guy, ginger guy in Ireland, bouncing up Computing Forever, telling you the exact same stuff.
The latest contrived moral panic. Racist clowns.
No. Anyway, Glasgow Green, that excites me more. Charterism, that excites me more. So does all that stuff. But hey ho, keep Jada for later. So that's some of the hidden far right idiots. Now, let's get rid of some of the Tommy Robinson, Wendy Litton cult, and then we can wrap up with the good stuff. It's getting late in the game. And Lazy Jesus, I don't know if he's been in tonight. If he hasn't, hopefully you watch after the fact, mate. But this is him showing hypocrisies of these morons. This one happens to be called Leslie Dean Brown. And when you submit comments, they go and delete them because you prove their narrative a load of shite while they're preaching freedom of speech. The hypocrisy of the right-wing fascist Leslie Dean Brown shirt. Well done, Lazy Jesus. Stephen Bishop amidst London mosque bomb plot. Woohoo, baby! Another windy liquor. Somehow, some way, don't know, no idea, mobilised into want to bomb a mosque. It's so important, everybody. I think Danny Tomo should change his haircut. He does look like he's been hot with Thor Osama.
Cases involving the conviction of 56 men. Of those 56 men, 3 of them were white British men. 53 were Asian names. 50 of the 53 were Muslim names. The vast majority were British Pakistani. This was a process.
And I'm just making this video to say that I'm alive. Okay. Okay, I'm just saying that because I haven't done a video like this in ages. I haven't done a video about anything political in ages. I've just been dealing with loads with Prevent, as you probably know by now. And I've only got one more Prevent meeting scheduled with her. So after that, I will be done with Prevent unless there was
Yep, I'm going back to my windy licking ways.
further. But right now, only one more Prevent meeting is scheduled, and after that, I will be fighting so hard that the world will not know what hit them, because I am not going to give up. And
I'm thinking you might have some more Prevent meetings after this.
Okay. Instantly kill you. Okay. I will kill you. Okay. Instantly kill you. Okay. I will kill you. Okay. Instantly kill you. Okay.
And that's him knocking at somebody's door either at 10 at night or 4 in the morning. Here's this guy licking a window again.
Whose 13-year-old daughter was groomed and raped by a Pakistani Muslim man, were told by the Crown Prosecution Service that they couldn't prosecute.
When I'm licking windows.
Snapchat. The takedown continues. Yeah, I've just heard that Tommy Robinson has now been banned from Snapchat. The
takedown continues. Stop. Look, guy just keeps licking windows and filming himself.
Share this video, please, because YouTube are now saying that you need 1,000 subscribers before you can live stream. So me, friend Zero News, could do with you just sharing this video, and let's get them subs up to 1,000.
So we can live stream Tommy Robinson bullshit.
On my YouTube creator studio, let me show you. I don't know if you can see that or not.
You can just tell by that guy's voice he's not got all his fucking facilities. Can you?
Yeah, basically it says, we're raising the threshold of YouTube live stream on mobile, iOS and Android. To be able to live stream on mobile, your channel needs to have at least one.
Is he trying to grow a moustache or something? I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it's like where your moustache goes if you like too many windows.
Everybody, wanted to do a very, very quick update, as well as the fact that I've just hit 2,000 subscribers. So I just want to put a massive thank you out there for all the people who have subscribed to me and have supported me over these years.
You deserve it, mate.
And I want to also update in regards to this whole situation with getting a job.
Nice one, Punk. Fill the chat room in on the details. How you managed that one?
To which I've sorted out a few personal issues. Oxy's going nuts. Anyway, I've sorted out the issue with Fort Britain. It turns out I'm not as educated as I thought in regards to becoming a counsellor. So, probably next time there's a Fort Britain meeting, I'll probably go up there and inquire how one goes about being a counsellor. But until that time, I'm more wanted to give an update in regards to Colonel Mustard, because me and him have been a bit back and forth as of late, because apparently he sent 2 emails, and I'm not doubting him or...
Hello, it's a potato.
I'm Sweet Speaks, live from Riga, capital of Latvia, and I'm happy.
The Swede Speaks about in English from Latvia about Tommy Robinson and UK Denmark politics. Okay, makes sense. Nationalistic Zikal.
My name's Tom Shuri. This is Zero News. 1,000 subscribers, 1,006, 1,007, it went up, it went 1,001, 1,000, 1,001, 1,002, 1,008, 1,010, 1,009, 1,007, 1,008. So I think we're about 1,008, 1,009. It's fine, as long as we're staying away from that 1,000 mark. When we hit 1,000, I was actually, everyone was like going, yeah, and I was thinking, shit, it just takes one person So, really, really chuffed. You pulled together for me. Thank you so much. If this is what a subscriber base of under 1,000 people can do when they pull together for someone they barely know, you can begin to understand why they're so afraid. Can't you? Why they're so afraid, and what are they?
Yep, they're very afraid. I'm missing something. It's that left wing dude about the fucking figures, and I put it in after Sargon of Akkad. Oh, Tommy Robinson banned Psychosis. I've not done that. That's what it is. Right, I've done that. Done that. Now I need to do that. Right, get it. Got it. Good. Right, one last. Big booyah. Nearly missing the good stuff.
Look at the state of that. Man's got his sweat on.
That's what he's resigned to, like they be quick clips. That's all that fucking Telegram whatever can do for you.
Alright guys, wait a couple of seconds, let people join us here. Make sure to share this news. I'm going to upload the story in a few minutes once we've done this live on tr.news. Make sure to spread it out there because this is really unbelievable.
Unbelievable and terrible. The stuff that we said was going to happen is going to happen. That's why it's so unbelievable. But you should have believed us because we told you it was happening. But even though it's happened, even though we said it was going to happen, it's still unbelievable. Got me? Good.
Who makes the nutsers?
Who makes the nutsers?
Who makes the nutsers?
Who makes the nutsers? It's an outrage. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, BBC, ITV, Channel 4, World Services, The Sun, The Mirror, Witherspoons, Georgie's Chicken Bar, Tim Scott's Cat House, Jada's Front Room, all off limits for Tommy. Who
makes the nutsers? Who makes the nutsers?
Where's that song from? I could recognise it. Enema of the state.
Who makes the nutsers? Who makes the nutsers? Who makes the nutsers?
This is Tommy in Telegram.
Hello, lads. It's a polygenetic day. They'll easy.
Looks like Alex Jones, doesn't it? Anyway.
Alright everyone, I keep
Well,
finding
follow
myself
money.
having to talk about censorship. I wonder...
No, you don't have to do anything. You high functioning Asperger's victim corpse looking guy.
Why YouTube has decided to unilaterally restrict everything on Tommy Robinson's channel. Now this comes in the wake of massive pressure by the moneyed parties that be within the British government. They've been like, well, Tommy Robinson was kicked off Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff, so we're trying to basically disappear him so he can't speak out, so that he can't defend himself. And the last place, like the last big tech site he's on, is YouTube. And so
what do you mean, defend himself against what? Who's prosecuting for what? They're kicking him off because he's spreading filth. You stupid backward little prick. And here's Active Patriot UK, who apparently kicked me off, but I can still see everything they can do. I just can't comment or something. It's weird how it works. Because I done nothing other than turn up there while talking about freedom of speech and bitching and moaning about YouTube putting restrictions on them. Banned, but not silenced. What's my mission now? It's the Brian Harvey merry-go-round, innit? Grooming gangs, grooming gangs, grooming gangs, grooming gangs, grooming gangs, grooming gangs, grooming gangs. Look at the numbers don't march, it cracks me up.
2, 1.
The numbers not matching, comedy genius.
Prepare for action. Stand by for excitement.
Get up!
This is what Danny and Tomo are doing right now. I get Stingray. I was more Thunderbirds.
They're trying to erase me. It's the only explanation. Why do people keep kicking me off their platforms for things that I've done and said on those platforms? It's oppression. I'm so oppressed. The white man is really the victim. I am the victim. I am the victim in this situation. And it's the liberals' fault. It must be the liberals. Yes, there's a Marxist conspiracy against me. A Marxist conspiracy to make me accountable for things I've done and said. So Sargon has been...
Might not be everybody's cup of tea, but he breaks down the numbers beautifully, I think.
Bullshit.
Twitter didn't comment on why the permanent ban from their platform occurred, but said that he had breached their hateful conduct policy after previously suspended. This is a source on the matter.
I'm not a reliable source, so I'll put it in the description down below. I just want to play. I've done a whole guidelines. Okay, so Quilliam.
The grooming can convictions are apparently 84% Asian.
Okay, so Quilliam are not a reliable source, and they didn't follow CEOP guidelines on how to use that data. So they almost certainly misrepresented the data, but I've done a whole video on that, which you can watch. I'll put it in the description down below. I just want to play you a little clip. See, Sargon is assuming that the argument hinges on whether or not Quilliam are a reliable source, but actually it hinges on the term grooming gangs. But okay, let's suppose you're sat there insisting to yourself that Quilliam is correct and I'm just a regressive leftist trying to defend Muslims blah conspiracy. You believe Quilliam's statistics. You think that this graph is accurate because you believe Quilliam were impartial. Well, from the same CEOP report that Quilliam used, we can see that the CEOP found 2,120 cases of lone paedophiles and 65 cases of group paedophiles across all the police stations they used for the study. This means, if we extrapolate those figures like Quilliam did, that 3% of all paedophile cases are committed in groups. Groups, remember, not grooming gangs. Grooming gangs are an even smaller subcategory of group paedophiles. Let's be generous and assume that half of this 3% were grooming gangs. That would mean 1.5% of paedophile cases were defined as grooming gangs. So when Tommy Robinson says
90% of the convictions for child exploitation in grooming gangs is Muslim men.
He's talking about 90% of less than 1.5% of all paedophiles. In other words, the majority of paedophiles are white, but if you zoom in on a certain type of paedophile, you can make it look like Asian men are overrepresented or that white men make up all paedophiles. So it's a complete misrepresentation and certainly stoking hate against Muslims for no good reason.
The grooming can convictions are apparently 84% Asian. In the British press, Asian is used as a euphemism to mean Muslim. As a euphemism to mean Muslim. As a euphemism to mean Muslim.
Carl, are you sure you know what a euphemism is? Hello. Welcome to Understanding British Slang.
Audio on this is shite.
Here we're going to give you the full rundown on what the locals are using as their euphemism. So, to start off, we have this item. You probably know it as a saucepan. Or something. Those lines, a pot maybe. We call it a spoon. At least, according to those lovely people on the internet. Shout out to you, Carl. Now, for our second item, we have this. What is it? You say a torch or a flashlight. We say a fire extinguisher. You see? Fire extinguisher. See? Now you've got to grips with British slang in the mainstream media. Let me give you another example. See? And we did that. Let me give you another example.
Well, I thought it was worthwhile to see how that 80% of grooming gangs are Asian. It's a subgroup of a subgroup of a subgroup. It's a way of twisting numbers, you know, to make the problem which does exist seem far greater than it actually is, which causes an unbalanced reaction because the threat, the problem is artificially inflated, and that's why people's arseholes are twitching so hard.
In the last year, activist Tommy Robinson has been
You want to see what's going on over on Tommy Robinson's Telegram? If you've got the shit shoot, go over and shit the shoot. I'm not going to play that for obvious reasons. It's got all forms of filth and shit in it.
Okay, you're planning on employing any more ex-convicts?
You know, somebody this week actually said Tommy Robinson was banned for the world, and I've lost the clip. And it was after I said my thing, but it just makes me seem silly. Right, so what have I got left? I've got Jada. Right, I've done that guy's numbers. I've got Sargon. I've got this Dangerfield guy. Let's do Dangerfield first. Right, only takes 50 seconds.
No, not that's the people in the House of Lords are looking for a job.
Hey! They're on hope. And yet, if they haven't given up, they're actively encouraging others to give up. They're a cancer on hope. And yet, it would be disingenuous to pretend that I'm all, hey! Oh, we are smashing it. There are, without doubts, populist victories the world over at the moment. Amazing things are happening in Europe. But England, my England, a country that I miss dearly, not just geographically, but culturally. The idea of England.
The idea of this, oh, good old, I want my Hovis fucking delivered to me in fucking bikes in the morning.
The idea of an England that I once knew that stood for something, that had values, that had an incredible history, unparalleled. in its effect on the earth, of its ability to dominate, its ability to grow, its ability to create.
You can see Jamiroquai very, very fair and unbalanced there. He's not selling you a political slant at all.
Opposition is one of the darkest chapters I've ever known in English history.
You don't know very much history, mate. If you think what's happening to Tommy Robinson right now is one of the darkest chapters in the whole of English history, and you're relying on your ignorance, if you even believe that shite, which I don't believe, but you're relying on other people's ignorances to fucking feed upon fucking Jamiroquai, fucking wanty pee.
Your classic two British parties. They've had their day. Now they're not going to go without a fight, and that's what this is. These are the last kicks and screams of an outdated political system, of outdated. Let me think about Tommy Robinson and what's going to happen to.
This is the guy set out to tickle the balls of the Jamiroquai generation.
Tommy Robinson. What's going to happen to his message, his dissent, his opposition, his endless and courageous fight against the narrative of lies?
You're full of shit there, pal, but hey ho. Keep to your narrative of lies, eh? Why not?
Graphs. Facebook gone on lies. They lied. Doesn't matter. What could you do? What?
Facebook didn't lie, and we'll get into that in the Sargon of Akkad. But now 8:55 for the Tommy Robinson bit.
You know, he's got his own website, tr.news. But there's still something attractive about social media sites. There's something of the common, the shared experience. As a society, this, you know, you can see why society has been ripe for social media. Because with this sort of post-industrial age we live in, what you can see, when you look at the 20th century, you get an absolute story arc, which... it's the tale of lost communities, the tale of lost shared experiences. As we've slowly become more and more atomized, as we've got more leisure time, more money, we've got less and less people to share it with, less groups, less firm bonds. And so social media, in a sense, the West was crying out for it. Because there's that sense of a shared experience. You know, when I go on YouTube...
And what do you want it for?
Weirdly, I never make the page full size. I like all the stuff down the side. I like all the recommended things. I like seeing the top of a couple of comments, a little bit of the description. There's that sense that I'm on YouTube.
I don't know about yous.
And other people are there. You know, one of the exciting things for me uploading onto YouTube, as opposed to BitChute, and writing on Twitter, as opposed to Gab. Now, I'm on Gab and I'm on BitChute, but on Twitter and YouTube...
So you've got your freedom of speech, so what you bitching and moaning about?
There's a slim chance, but it happens, because I've seen it, there's a slim chance that normies are going to get hold of what I'm saying.
Oh, right, so it's not the fucking ability to say what you want to say, it's the ability to fucking say it to cunts that fucking you hopefully can turn over to your way of thinking. Okay, brilliant. Now we've got that fucking straight.
There's a slim chance that I'm not going to be preaching to the converted. There's a slim chance that I might get someone to engage with my ideas who doesn't previously have them. And when you go into echo chambers, it doesn't have the same appeal. And it's the same as people's independent websites. I remember Devon Tracy made one when he'd had his umpteenth channel taken down. I mean, he's smashing it now. Got the perseverance of the man. You might not like his content. I like it. Not so much as I used to, admittedly. But the perseverance of the man is an inspiration. But he made a channel, atheismisunstoppable.com. I went once. Even when his videos weren't on YouTube for a period. I never went back. There's no shared experience. There's no sense of a common arena. There's no sense that the normies are going to get there. There's no sense that it's having an effect.
An effect. So you're not just wanting the ability to say what you say. You want to propagandize people.
That it has a function outside of preaching to the converted, patting each other on the back, etc. And so tr.news, I'm not sure it's going to cut it.
I don't think it will, pal. I think you're right.
You know, I can remember a year or so ago, Milo was at the absolute peak, say 2 years ago, absolutely smashing it. It was felt pathetic. We need new leaders. We need people who are there to represent what we think, not these fuckers. They're gone. They're finished. They're nothing to do with our culture. You know, government is there to represent us and our grievances, and they are now the biggest grievance. Parliament is the problem. Might take 2 or 3.
Right, Jamarico, I had enough of you, pal. Fat Man, you're up.
Systematically erased from social media. 90% of grooming gang convictions are Muslim, after previously suspending him for saying things like 90% of grooming gang convictions are Muslims. This is a statement of fact.
This is a statement of fact. Oh, well, I'm glad you said that.
It is true, at least
it is true.
According to Quilliam, which I...
Alright, aye, well, according to some parents, Santa Claus is true, so it is at least true to some parents. Semantics, I know, Fat Man, but it counts when you're up there propagandising people with your Jeremy fucking Beadle Gimp hand.
Considered to be a reliable source on the matter, the grooming gang convictions are apparently 84% Asian in the British, and so YouTube have decided to prevent him making any money off of his videos. Tommy's reply to this was, of course, that this is continued censorship. Which it is. How else would...
No, it's not.
Would you describe this?
It's a gay bakery refusing to bake a gay cake. It's people who are providing a service having the right to not provide that service to little rat fucking boys. It's freedom of choice to provide a service to whom you discern deserves it.
How else could you describe a consistent pattern from a very closely knit group, scumbags, a post urging people to terrorise and behead?
Now, these are the posts that didn't exist. Go on to Telegram, Telegraph, whatever it is. Look at Tommy Robinson's cult. Look at what they're saying to each other. And give yourself 2 minutes and you'll see every single one of these. And the posts. Post calling Muslims filthy scumbags. Post urging people... Now, read this. A post. Not a post by Tommy Robinson. A post on his forum that none of the fucking moderators dealt with, that was left up, that was propagating fucking hate. Continuously. A post urging people to terrorise and behead those who follow the Quran. Not by Tommy Robinson, but a post up there on his forum. A post urging people to make war on Muslims. Multiple videos depicting individuals being bullied. All of these things you'll see continuously over on Tommy Robinson's fucking Telegram thing.
Those who follow the Quran, a post urging people to make war on Muslims, and multiple content that he would have been posting to his accounts. What I'm saying is, where is the proof of this? If he had posted something to urge people to terrorise and behead...
Again, no. You're obfuscating the truth here. You're obfuscating what's actually happened. Facebook hasn't said Tommy Robinson posted the things. They said they were multiple posts. Not by him. Could have been by one of his administrators. Could have been by many of the people in the groups that was created. Closed groups. That's what they're talking about, fat man. Anyway.
Followers of the Quran, that would have been international news. That would have been everywhere. And he would have been removed within the same day.
It would have been, that's why it
There is
didn't
no
happen.
evidence
That's why you talk about
MP
it.
just
It's
calling
weird.
for the censorship of an activist because he does not like what he has to say, even if what he has to say reflects reality. And don't...
Well, we went over that a few times. The reality you're getting is from Quilliam, which some people would say are full of shite, especially the way they approach those numbers, which certainly much... those numbers were manipulated, as I showed earlier on.
I think that you can go to the Conservative Party for anyone to support free speech. His YouTube channel has hundreds of thousands of followers and includes films viewed by millions of people. Far-right groups are exploiting social media to spread their messages of hate, and the YouTube Next Up feature helps them by directing viewers to even more of his content as soon as they start to engage with it. No.
These guys can't comprehend the YouTube rabbit hole that we've all been down. I just want to watch one UFO video. 8 hours later, I'm watching fucking constant UFO videos or whatever the new conspiracy you just found. I remember those days, man. You know, you were so excited. You wanted to go and find a new conspiracy, and you knew you would be there all day going over it, the ins and outs, and it was fun. And the algos of YouTube would be fucking offering you that stuff up at the side, right up there. And you'd be gobbling that stuff up. I can't be the only one that happened to. And surely people have got the awareness that's what's happening. And for this big fat bastard to be unaware of it, or pretend he's unaware, his brain must be as big as his little gimp hand.
No evidence given. No examples of what Tommy has done that might actually violate YouTube's...
This is exactly what the cops told me when I had to go and visit them about fucking direct fucking right-wing intimidation. They're aware of the right-wing intimidation. What they do, they stay very much within the letter of the law, so they can't be prosecuted. It doesn't mean it's not intimidation.
Policies, just remove him because he has become a problem for us. He is a thorn in our side. He is ruining our narratives. A few days later, I thought we were 10 to 20 years away from dissenting books being banned. No, we are in
Books aren't getting burned. Amazon's deciding not to sell little fucking tiny Tommy's shit. Tommy Robinson can still go and print his books and sell them on his fucking street corner. Nobody's going to ban the book from being published. It's not going to get put on, and it's just Amazon doesn't want their brand associated with little fat fucking frog looking pricks like him and Tommy Robinson.
Exactly that position now. Notice how they are not engaging with any of the arguments Tommy Robinson has made. Censorship on precisely the same grounds. Not one of them is concerned with his human right to freedom of speech. Not
What's up, fucking fat man, SJW, human fucking rights? Freedom of fucking speech. What about the freedom of people not to fucking bake gay cakes if they want?
one of them is concerned that maybe Tommy Robinson is the symptom of a problem that has been suppressed for decades and has finally bubbled to the surface.
Yeah, because most people with brains can see through that.
Because people can no longer remain silent about it. YouTube.
No, that's not what's happening, mate. That isn't. It's pointed out very many ways of your manipulation here.
Suggested videos, likes, or comments. And they will also come with a warning slate before the clips saying the following content has been identified by the YouTube community as inappropriate or offensive to some audiences. Not one community strike, not one copyright strike, his account is in good standing, and yet he is being treated this way, despite, from YouTube's own admission, they do not have the grounds to do this.
They don't need the grounds. Or terms of service are ambiguous. You're lucky they're allowing it to stay up. He's a little propagandising motherfucker, and the fact that you're not willing to admit that says a lot about you, pal. Now let's go to brown teeth, then we'll do Jada.
Take off.
Good morning, Brian. Figured out how to get Telegram working, because I've been trying to get him onto Telegram. And this morning's been quite fun because for the first time Tommy Robinson has figured out how to get Telegram working.
Oh, monkey learns new tricks, eh? Woo!
Because I've been trying to get him onto Telegram for a while, and so he was actually posting direct from his phone this morning, which is good. And he's realised that it's a censorship-resistant version of the kind of apps that he likes, that he's been using up to now. And
the press here to record. The big stupid ones, very easy, simple ones to use.
I'm playing with the lighting here. There we go. And yeah, it's
turn my specs off.
Fit for purpose is what I would describe Telegram as. It's fit for our purposes. Now, the internet used to be a lot less sort of decentralized. As in, we could all set up a website, and that was all
you still can do.
You needed was just your own website.
You still can do that.
Today, with the whole world of apps.
All right, so because people have got better at doing it than you, you're now bitching and moaning.
You know what we found is you can set up tr.news.
So what are you moaning about? Censorship?
And for me, you know, brianoflondon.me. But if you want people to get instant notifications.
All right, so you want to bitch and moan about the people who run Google and all that and say they're scumbags and all that, and then when they throw you off, I want to use their phone.
All of the other kind of stuff we've been conditioned to want and to...
No, all the kind of stuff you have been using to propagandise the world has now been taken away from you, and now you are trying to figure out how to fill the hole.
Like, and it is
That's
useful.
the reality.
Like
that is the reality.
Notifications and so on. That's really hard to set up on your own. Not to say that you can't if you're big enough. And you know, I think with Tommy, we have the case that we're going to be big enough to want to set this kind of stuff up. I was making yesterday was that democracy is not a function of a vote every few years. The voting is the last and least important part of democracy. Free speech, the ability to question ideas, the ability to come up with different plans.
Right, this has went on way too long by my bedtime, right, Jada? And then we're out of here, man. This is pretty... Leading the witness, Your Honour.
No, with these
neighbours, because they're all out on bail, let them know.
Leading the witness, Your Honour.
And I got 9 months in jail for that. So,
but hold on, were you violent towards these men? Did you attack them physically?
No.
So I remember the case. Now, were these men eventually convicted?
Yes.
Or were you shooting innocent people?
No, these men were convicted and each sentenced to 14 years in jail.
Right, just wait a minute here. But I think we need to clarify this. So you're telling me...
So she should be allowed to break the law.
Were you
because
shooting
these
at
guys
them
were convicted?
Violence. That was it.
And they put you in jail for 9 months?
9 months.
Now, I remember reading some about this case, because just to put the readers, the viewers in the full picture, Jada at this time was a member of an organisation that I actually founded the organisation, but I left 5 years ago. I left in the August. You joined in February.
Just lately left the BNP, although he still does little excursions over to Hungary and the Knights Templar and all that with Nick Griffin. But he's left the BNP. Nick Griffin's still in charge of the BNP. He raised the BNP £4 million, but he's no longer part of them. But he raised them £4 million just to move over everybody to the right. And he's still friends and operates with Nick Griffin, Nick Griffin's a secret member of the Knights Templar International.
February, March.
That's right, yeah.
So I didn't know Jada too long. And I haven't really seen much here over the years. But I remember this case. And am I right in saying that even when you come out of jail, the authorities made you since then?
So that concluded in November. And then as soon as I left any level of incarceration, you'd think...
when she left any level of incarceration, otherwise known as being let out on bail. When anybody is let out on bail, there are bail conditions set, which you agree to on the condition that you get let out on bail, and if you don't live up to these conditions, you get recalled to jail.
That I could just go home, right? So
But listen how they try and twist and obfuscate away from that.
I said to the state, look, I've done 9 months. I have lived in these hellholes with these absolute monsters for 9 months of my life, for giving out some leaflets. No worries, not going to break me, but I'm going to go home now. And I told the probation officer I was going to my home in Northern Ireland. As soon as I left England and went home, I received a communication from my probation officer saying that there was a warrant out for my arrest, that I wasn't allowed to live in my home in Northern Ireland. I had to return to England.
No,
I explained that I had nowhere to live in.
Thousands of jihadis.
You're not allowed to break the terms of your bail. The terms that you agreed on to get let out on bail. But anyway, don't let these wee facts get in the way of the shite they're spewing.
So even trying to keep you there, it's almost as if the state's trying to get you killed.
Yeah, the state's trying to get you killed by making you do your community service.
Yeah, it's a stitch up, 100%. I mean, when I lived in England previously, I had Osman warnings, death threats from known extremists. I had SO15 counter-terror police come and sit in my living room on my sofa and look at me and tell me how to try and avoid being killed by a terrorist.
They should have given you a gun.
Right? Well, that's the only
Not
thing
in this
I
country.
do. No chance. No chance. So, of course, it's dangerous, and they know it's dangerous. And not only that, but they're trying.
Ireland.
Yes, Celts.
Celts, and I'm not surprised that there's estimated 1 million ladies, young girls in England being raped, and nobody's done a damn thing about it, apart from a young woman of Irish ancestry. She's went up and get into the grill of these rapists, and well done. But it's just a shame more English people don't get up off their backsides and do this, and English men, rather than leaving it to women.
Yeah, where are the men?
But I suppose God picks his warriors, and we think of Joan of Arc, we think of Boudica.
See that Boudica thing? It shivers down my spine. See it, Bilderberg, Watford, 2013, whatever it was. One of the crazy old women that we met down there, and I was chatting to quite a lot, was claiming to be the reincarnation of Boudica.
So, not for us to question. So, okay, that's over and done with. So, you're out of jail in November. They've tried to get you back. They've arrested you at Christmas at Gatwick Airport. I've seen the video. Armed police in your hands in there. And oh my goodness, it was totally ridiculous. What's happened since Christmas?
So, since Christmas, I have been on trial.
Mm-hmm.
They found me guilty of breaching my probation conditions because I live in Northern Ireland.
No, because you're breaking your bail conditions. It's regardless of what you're fucking doing, you could be fucking sticking fucking margarine up your arsehole fucking sideways. If it's in your bail conditions and you're not meant to be doing it, you're breaking your bail conditions and we're recalled to jail. These people are fucking walking, talking fucking morons.
Knowing that it would bind me to England. And if I then breach that order, you're looking at big time. And this is just going on.
And you can't even go to England if you wanted, because am I right in believing you've left the organisation that you used to help head up? You've had no income since when? When was the last time you had any income at all, really?
Gosh, I can't remember.
Yeah,
no, she looks like she's short of a meal or two, doesn't she?
I honestly can't remember.
So you've been living for months upon months, just out of jail. Absolutely no money. You're not on state benefits or anything. You have no money. So even if you wanted to go back to be killed, you cannot afford to buy the plane ticket to go back to be killed.
No.
Peace in Northern Ireland. There's not. What we've done is we've built.
The Quran says this. And because I quoted the Quran, they've now convicted me of hate speech. I've just been found guilty on all charges, both trials.
But well, there's a couple of things here people might not know what a peace wall is. In Belfast, although, especially for American viewers, there's so-called peace in Northern Ireland. There's not. What we've done is we've built, since the peace agreement, we've built about another 40 peace walls. These are 10-yard or 12-yard high fences and walls to separate one street from another, one Catholic street from a Protestant street and so on. We've got 40 of them running through a city of 500,000 people. Belfast's only a small city, we've got 40 walls.
Peace walls.
Thrown in jail on numerous occasions, and now facing even more jail time in Northern Ireland. You've had no money, you've had nothing. Do you even own a car?
No.
You've no car.
No.
And I believe also there's different Islamic authorities coming after you with huge lawsuits, and they're going to try and bankrupt you.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what's happening, folks. They're absolutely hammering this woman because she's dared put her head above the parapet, and they're going to destroy her.
This is funny.
But I don't think they're going to destroy her. And this is one of the reasons we stepped in and helped together in a very limited way. Because people are saying, you know, you're part of the Templars and all the rest of it.
Well, she was wearing the Templars cross, so maybe the guy she was shagging's part of the Templars, or she's part of the women Templars, whatever version of that is, or something. But she's obviously fucking under your wing of of this, whatever fucking organisations you've got there, Jim Dawson, hence the interview, hence the admission that you're now the Templars are actually helping this poor girl.
Mostly forget that you're a lady.
Yeah.
Quite obvious.
I don't know how that works.
But the Templars have stepped in because nobody else was helping you.
No, not at all. And, you know, it's very difficult because you find yourself in these circumstances. And as you said, it's not just the state and the jail and all the charges and the police that are coming after you. But as you said, I'm currently being sued by the Halal Food Authority for half.
The Halal Food Authority? What the fuck? Yeah, I'm getting fucking sued off the Halal Food Authority. How funny.
£1 million. I am in more debt than I could ever imagine. And so
being persecuted to get the support. But you don't get the support. Could it be because you're really traditional right wing? And I know your views on homosexuality.
Traditional Hitler right wing.
Sexuality and things like that. So do you think that's the reason why you're just not getting the support from the general right wing community?
I think so. I think there's two elements. The first element is that the state have deplatformed me on absolutely every level.
And us.
Yeah, you know that feeling.
Yeah.
So, you know, after the Donald Trump retweets, my Twitter went down.
Oh yeah, we forgot to say that. Donald Trump, the President Donald Trumk actually retweeted 2 of your tweets.
Three
tweets.
videos. And
it almost destroyed you because they took all the platforms down.
Thank you, Mr. President. But no, that was quite an amazing feeling actually to walk downstairs, sit at my desk and see that. But yeah, I mean, look, Twitter's gone, Facebook's gone. I think I've got an Instagram account.
PayPal's gone. All that stuff's gone.
Every single payment system, everything's gone. So there's that element where I physically I just can't reach people because the state have restricted that. I've gone from having pages where I had 3 million followers to nothing.
Okay, Jada, so you've been deplatformed, you don't exist anymore, they're trying to wipe you out. It's like something like George Orwell. How can people get in touch with Jada Franca, Boudica warrior of Britain? How can they get a hold of you?
So I have a new platform of my own, which the state can't touch, thankfully. It's jadafranson.online. It's my website. You can go on, you can sign up for updates. It's free. You go on there, have a look at my videos, have a look at the campaigns that I'm running at the moment. There is an option on there to help me with my legal funds, which has very kindly been offered or hosted by the...
So there's the Knights Templar, like, trying to help out the sister and get her dough, basically.
Knights Templar International, and yeah, that's the way to stay in touch with me because all of these other platforms are completely gone. So jadafranson.online, go and sign up.
I'll repeat that because we know she's got a strange accent, so I'll repeat it in my strange accent. If you're trying to get in contact with Jada, you want to support her in any way, and I would say it's not if you want to support her, it is your duty. To support her. It's your absolute moral duty to support this woman. You can get her on jadafranson.online.
Listen to this
Franson's
shit.
with an Yeah, that's all I hear. I mean, our viewers know only too well that nearly every right-wing patriot today is unrecognisable to a right-wing patriot 20 years ago. I am absolutely opposed to LGBTQ. I am absolutely opposed to sex education for children. I'm absolutely opposed to killing babies and calling it abortion, calling it choice. I'm absolutely opposed to unbridled immigration, regardless of what colour they are. Are these your views, or have you got similar views?
Absolutely, like spot on. You know, those words could have come from my mouth, and more. You know, I've made.
Might as well be a complete puppet of Jim Dawson.
I've made statements about gay marriage. I've made statements about abortion. I have been very outspoken about any form of paedophilia, whether it's the grooming gangs that are sweeping across the UK and they are predominantly Pakistani Muslims, and I don't mind calling out those facts, or whether it's Catholic priests, and I am a Catholic, but I'll call it out, and I've advocated for them to be hanged. You know, these are...
It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Well,
We should hang a lot of them. Anybody who does this kind of thing. Well, I would suggest, this is why you're not particularly popular. And this is why the Templars, we're a very niche people, because most so-called modern right-winger conservatives, they actually embrace everything that's destroyed our society in the first place.
Yeah.
So I would rather stand alone, and I'm sure you would rather stand alone than ever buckle down to these external pressures, because, you know, we work for God. I've known you long enough to know you work for God, and I would suggest the forces of the state are trying to shut you up because they know you're dangerous.
Yes.
You're dangerous not because you've the Templars help you, which is a very limited capacity. You're dangerous because Christ is with you. The blood of the martyrs, they are within you and they are in you, and they cannot stop you. So they can do all they want. They're never going to get rid of you until they kill you. And if they kill you, you become a martyr. And from the blood of the martyrs, 10,000 young soldiers will be born. So I would like to thank you for coming on the Templar Report. I'm sure our viewers out there will be refreshed to see such a brave young lady. And you know, we are a male order, but there's a lot of women out there that the men couldn't do what they're doing unless they had the back.
Unless we had somebody to fuck.
The women folk. So, you know, I would appeal to the women watching this video. Look at this young woman. Look what she's done. You know, 1 million girls in England raped, and not a man has got up off his backside, but this girl has went and confronted them and thrown in jail. Well, I think Englishmen should be ashamed of yourself, and I'll say it right in the camera. Englishmen, you should be ashamed of yourself. This would never happen in Ireland, and you know it. So, Jada, thank you for coming in. Thank you for inspiring me, inspiring some of the other brothers, and I hope you've inspired people all over the world.
And now here's the outro that looks like it's edited by the anonymous people.
We'll pray for you every day and hope that you'll be safe the next time you went to jail. I'm sure you will, because God's good.
Thank you much.
Thank you very much.
The people that were behind Anonymous looked like they were...
And we are on the front
sound
line.
bites and stuff for Anonymous seemed like they
In
were
a
behind
world
this.
of misinformation.
Anyway, I digress. So hopefully you enjoyed that wee breakdown. Hopefully you enjoyed not the InfoWars Nightly News, the original alternative look at the alternative media, skeptical about the so-called skeptics, and watching the motherfucking Watchmen. Somebody's got to do it. Remember, I'm digital busking. Everything is available, accessible, free of charge. I hope to do such a good job. You will get value from what I do, and consider using your spare change, not your life savings, on the Patreon, and preferably the PayPal buttons down below. And a mega thanks to everybody down below. I'll say hi to everybody in the chat, and then I'm good to go. I'm going to go and try and get the Champions League highlights, see if there was any good games, and make myself something to eat. I'm starving. So hopefully you enjoyed that wee bit of a breakdown. Bit of a long one, I know, but fucking hell. Over 3 hours, no way. Didlow Zero, how you doing? Blazing Stars, Jamesy Boy, Josie, Andy, Roberto, Cecil, Andy, how you's doing? There's Pat as well, Stewie, Roberto Carlos, Andy, Josie, Flying Irish, Cunty, how you doing, Cunty, Stewie, Jace, Josie, Jamesy Boy, Pat, Cecil, the Punk on Whiskey, how you doing, Punk? Thanks for joining, everybody. Stewie, Cunty, Josie, Andy, Alan McVicker, how you doing, my man? Hope you're keeping well. The British Reactor 2, Stewie, Josie, Didlow, Jamesy Boy, Cecil, I know Miss Spice, I know Charlotte was in earlier as well, Charlotte, Vadum, Tom, in the evening one, and also hopefully you all enjoyed that. Thanks for joining. As I said, make sure you do stick that thumbs up, share it with your friends, family, foes, digital busking, Patreon and PayPal buttons. Thanks for enjoying the show. I'm good to go. Catch you next Monday for the Monday roast. I'm really enjoying that. I know, Miss Spice, somebody's been very cunty. Somebody has been very cunty, and as soon as you fucking cunty, as soon as your cunt was out of there, they were stole it, man. But Miss Spice is well better, especially if you're going to bounce into chat rooms of kids. But nowhere near as funny. But hey ho, that fucking memory will live for me forever, man. That was comedy gold. I love that. But I do have a fucking horrible sense of humour. What can I say? Night, everybody. Have a good one. Tune in next Monday for Monday Night Roast. Make sure you check that out. It's really good. I enjoyed that. There was actually Tommy Robinson people in, and it was kind of a relatively good discourse. Which is, I think, is the way ahead in it. Trying to get fucking people talking. Eric, how you doing, my man? I missed you out. Stewie, Andy, Stewie, Miss Spice, Josie. In the evening, one and all. So hopefully I'll catch you next Monday and next Tuesday and during the week too. Have a good one, y'all. Catch you.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the InfoWars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the doublespeak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Kips Clip.